うん、見えた。パーレオはまだなの？父様、お待たせしました。
What? Hello? Hi! I screwed up on that transition. That was a last minute idea that failed horribly. Welcome, chat. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Twitch. Who's ever watching on Twitch? Welcome. Today, if you are unaware by the title, perhaps, it is PAREO's birthday. If you guys don't know who PAREO is a character that I am quite fond of cosplaying. They're one of my favorite characters of all time. They're from a series called Bang Dream. It's a series of anime, video games, various kind of media. You know, they play rock music. They're all girl bands. And, Paru's my favorite. She is literally me. She's like 100% me. If you guys want to watch or experience Bang Dream for yourself, check it out. I highly recommend it. I haven't actually played the game in quite some time, but I used to be like quite up there in the ranks when it came to games. But anyways, I'm also back from Hollywood, so I feel like that will be a good thing to talk about this stream. Welcome everyone. I'm just gonna chill for a few minutes, I guess, until like people start swarming in. Because I'm a top tier streamer and people be swarming on my streams. People swarm in all the time. They especially swarm in when I'm drunk, but that's neither here nor there. Welcome everyone. Also another thing that I wanted to do. I have these light sticks. They're Bang Dream branded light sticks. This one is Bang Dream and this one is Roselia. I want to use them. I use them every time I am in PAREO mode because she loves her idols. That's why Pastel Pellets was like playing through the whole pre-roll. But they're out of batteries. They're out of batteries, but I found out they're AAAs, so I'm going to be changing some batteries on camera, I guess, for the most part. I don't know. Here's my little katana letter opener that I'm just gonna use to unscrew the little battery thing in the back. As long as I don't cut myself. I hope I don't cut myself on stream and bleed everywhere. Nah. That's for emo Neka. Oh my god. But everyone's who's here, if anyone is here. I don't think anyone's here, actually. I think I'm just rambling to myself. That's okay. That's okay. I'm actually streaming, like, one on a day that I don't normally stream, Monday. Because I usually stream on Wednesdays. But there's gonna be no stream on Wednesday because I wanted to celebrate Para's birthday. That's why I'm streaming on Monday. And also I'm streaming an hour later than I usually stream because I forgot that I had a therapy appointment. I have therapy every other Monday. And I kind of forgot. But I got that taken care of. And now I am here. And perhaps these batteries are put in correctly. Hopefully I put them in right. It's not doing anything. Hit the wrong button. What happened? Did I not put them in right? Hang on. I put them in right. Come on! Work for me! Maybe I need a... I think it's one of those things that you need to, like... One of those devices where you need to, like, put the back on. And then it'll start working. But I think these are ran-on batteries because I used to use them a lot in various activities. Especially when I dress up as PAREO. And when I see shows, and sometimes when I'm bored. Is this not turning on? It should be turning on now. I changed the batteries, and these are good. These are new batteries, too. So, there's no reason this shouldn't be turning on for me. I am screwing it back in. Hang on. Unscrew it with this janky knife. It's not a knife, it's a letter opener. Guys, handle your blades with care. Handle your blades with care because you don't want to be like me and, like, be dumb. Alright, what did I do wrong here? These batteries. Okay. Maybe it's a... Oh! That's what I did wrong. This little ribbon! There's a little ribbon inside. And, it was interfering with the springboard in the middle. The springy-doo. Okay. Hopefully this works. Hopefully this works. Make sure that I don't interrupt the springy-doo on this battery either. You know what? That's... Why is this ribbon here? I don't like that. Maybe there's like a precautionary thing for that. I don't know. I don't know technology. I don't know how batteries work. I actually don't know how batteries work. That didn't do anything. Wait, hang on. No. This gotta be do something, right? They're not upside down, are they? Are they backwards? I wish it had like the diagram where you like, oh, you put it in this way. This thing doesn't have that. What am I missing here? Maybe it's like, because it's not... It's alkaline... AAA... And because the batteries are different. These are Duracell batteries. Duracell sucks, to be honest. Not sponsored by Duracell. AM4 battery. What's an AM4 battery, guys? Is that like a specific kind of battery? Alkaline, LR3, AM4. It says LR3. It doesn't say AM4 though. Does that matter? Does that matter? I wish people were talking to me. I wish I had some help right now. That would be really cool. These don't expire until March 2030. Hey, Trey Racing! I'm not a big star. I was visiting Hollywood. Trey Racing! Is an AM4 battery different from a different normal battery? AM4. Is that like a specific kind of battery? Or is it still a AAA battery? Because this one doesn't say AAA on it. Or, this says AAA. This doesn't say AM4. Authorized is the USA. USA authorized. Alkaline. Hang on. I'll get to Hollywood Talk in a minute. Give me a second. I gotta find a thing. That's not it. What is that? Okay. Let me put on my readers. Let me put on my readers, guys. Yes. Everything looks like a fishbowl. I don't know if that's helping at all. I think it's just a AAA battery. Are you sure? Are you sure? Cause it's not working for me. It's not working for this thing. I want it to work. Hang on, positive, negative. Maybe they all go face up. Hang on. Let me open the other one. Oh, that hurts my head. Let me open the other one. I mean, I'm trying to check. I don't know. I don't know. Google's not being much of help. It's just like tagged AM4 Energizer and Amazon.com. Because is Duracell good for these things? I don't know. I want to change out the batteries. I'm glad they're AAA batteries, but I don't know. Maybe they're a very specific type of AAA battery. Okay. So in this one, the one on the left is down, and the one on the right is up. So, and the one in the back? What does that look like? What does the one in the back look like? Okay, it's up. So 2 ups and 1 down. That should be fine, then. Wait, how the ribbon does nothing. The ribbon does absolutely dick. Does dip. Does dip. I didn't say a D word. I didn't say the heater. Looks like they might be different. I don't think my things are gonna work, guys. I don't think I'm gonna let these lights happen. Let me try one more time, though. Okay, they're all in and secure. Moment of truth. Okay, hang on. Am I even pressing that button? I think I need specific batteries. Oh my god. Okay. What is this? AAA battery. 1.5V Ultra Alkaline LR03. 24 battery pack. I only need 6, but I guess it might be good to, like, have some more in the future. Hang on, guys. Let me do some battery shopping live on stream. LR3... Yeah, it needs to be LR3, AAA. Make sure, what brand is it? What brand are these ones? Vinic! They're Vinic brand batteries. I never heard of that brand. It was a Japanese band. Let's see. AM4 AAA, size LR3. Okay, so all of these are LR3, 1.5V that I'm looking at. It's a website called Battery Guy. The Battery Guy! BatteryGuy.com. A pack of 60? That's even more than I need. That's way more than I need. And it's currently unavailable anyways. Alright. Geez, $10 for a pack of batteries? Batteries are expensive, guys. I'm so, like... I'm so junked out that, we're still using batteries nowadays. Like, this is freaking 2024! And, like, we already have things that, like, don't require disposable batteries, you know? Why don't we all have that? Why don't we all have those? Get out of there. Come on. Oh, that's why that ribbon's there. Okay, to get that thing out. Oh, it didn't work that well. Oh, there. Yeah, I don't like disposable batteries. I like rechargeable ones and stuff. But I'll add that to my wish list, I guess. Blip. Alright. Now that that's taken care of, what's up, guys? How's everyone's day going? I don't have my cool, idle lights going on right now, but I'm still feeling pretty good. I saw my therapist this morning, and we talked about big things. Big things. I'm not gonna say anything right now, because I don't want to, like, act like I'm getting clout or anything, but I don't know, maybe in the future I'll make an announcement that, big things. I'm different. Or something like that. I don't know if I spoiled too much. I might have spoiled too much. People can infer, like, what that means easily. No speculations! No speculations! No spoilers, alright, guys? I'm the same as I always was. They're compatible. PAREO 3. This is MN2400. Duracell ones. Oh yeah, my therapist is great. She's real cool. I only got my therapist because, like, I was having problems with my previous relationship, but now that I'm out of it, I was like, I don't know what to talk about with my therapist, but now I finally do have things to talk about again. Okay. So no idle lights today, no idle lights. Besides, that was a last minute thing anyways. Oh my god, I should have prepared, like, more things to do for this, stream. My original idea was to play Bang Dream on stream, because, obviously, I'm playing a character who's in the game and stuff. It would have made sense, but... Ugh. Copyright claims. Copyright claims. It's a rhythm game. Copyright claims. I don't want the whole VOD to get muted. The whole VOD would be muted if I was playing that game. Like, straight up. And I want people to know, you know, who check out the VODs to actually enjoy the VODs without having the whole thing muted, like my freaking... What was it, the Christmas stream? The Christmas giveaway? Is the music too loud, or does it sound good? I might turn down the music a little bit, because I don't want it to drown out my small talk. My small talky like this. If I end up talking like this, maybe the music will be too loud for it. If I whisper like a mouse, but I like to yell. You know there's nothing to yell about right now. I've been having a good time. I had a great weekend, alright? I had a fantastic weekend. I guess I should talk about that now. Not everyone's here yet, but I guess people will come in, like, while I'm talking about it, or people can just check out the VOD. But, I went to Hollywood. I went to Hollywood this weekend. Not for anything super fantastic or anything, I just visited. I saw that, Grand Titania was in LA the same weekend. I tried to get him to come out, but, like, you know, schedule conflicts or whatever. So we didn't end up getting to meet, but, you know, it was cool. I hope they had a good time, because I definitely had a good time. You know, my partner and I, did a lot of stuff. This past Friday, after my Devil May Cry 5 stream, I scrambled to get ready because we needed to go. We needed to go and get out of here to LA. We drove like an hour. I think it was about an hour. It was actually less than an hour. Less than an hour drive because there was not as much traffic because it was actually late when we ended up going out. It was about an hour drive, but we went to LA and got our hotel. We stayed at a place right next to Hollywood Boulevard. So it was like really close to where everything that we wanted to go to was. But Friday night we just kind of stayed in. You know, we were really tired because I was streaming that day, they had work that day, and then we had that long drive. So we just like, I think we stopped by 7-Eleven, got some things for the weekend, and then just called it a night. We watched the new episode of Invincible. This is a good episode too. Like, if you guys are caught up with Invincible, like, that was a good episode. But when we woke up, I woke up before my partner, as I usually do. They like to sleep in. We got ready for, the Griffith Observatory! I love the Griffith Observatory. If you guys have been to LA or been around the area, like, definitely visit the Griffith Observatory. It's like a free museum, like a free space museum. Like, entry is free. There are ticketed events inside, to the planetarium shows, which I highly recommend those shows, because those shows are really amazing. It was awesome. The shows are really cool, because, you know, it's projected on like the dome above everyone, and you get to see like all the stars and like a beautiful like CG show, I guess. Like there's some like animation in it. It's like CG animated, but like the stars are like really pretty, and I love like hearing like the announcer like tell the stories of the stars and everything. I'm like a huge fan of planetariums in general. But what sucked about that day was or this weekend rather, it was raining all weekend in LA. We didn't know that planning this vacation or mini vacation, I guess it was. It's more like a field trip, I guess. It wasn't really a vacation because it felt like we were still doing a lot. Like, our legs are tired. We did a lot of walking this weekend, but we planned this like a month out. We didn't know that it was going to rain all weekend. So when we parked, it was very busy at the planetarium, or at the observatory rather, because it was a weekend. So many people were there. So we had to park way down the hill. So the planetarium's like sets on top of the hill, like right across the hillside from the Hollywood sign. So it's right there. And you gotta like drive all the way up this like windy road up the hill. And then like there's so many people parking like further down the hill. Like there's so many people parking, so we had to park all the way, like, halfway down the hill, pretty much, and walk all the way up there, and then it starts raining. That's when it starts raining. It was already cloudy, but that's when it starts raining, when we start walking up the hill. So we got a little muddy, we got very wet, we got a little muddy. It sounded like I said money, but muddy. Got a little muddy, got a little wet. We got a lot wet, actually. Especially my partner. They were soaked. But, you know, at the plant, or at the observatory, it was really cool. I love seeing, like, they have Galileo's telescope, which is probably, like, my favorite piece that they have on display there. They had a Tesla coil demonstration, which, if you've seen one Tesla coil demonstration, you've kind of seen them all. Yeah, they're bad. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing we could really do about that. We're planning on going to Hollywood again to do some of the things that we couldn't do because of the weather this time. That's probably gonna be sometime in the summer when we can guarantee it's not gonna be raining. But then we can also guarantee that it's gonna be very sunny, and I need a lot of sunscreen because I get sunburned really easily. But other than that, like, the observatory is great. Like, I highly recommend it, especially, the Leonard Nimoy Theater area. That's, like, probably my favorite part of the observatory, because there's, like, the giant models of all the planets, and there's, like, a scale that you can stand on that, like, tells you how much you weigh on certain planets and everything. There's maps of the stars, there's, like, a whole exhibit on our own star, the sun, and, like, how small it is compared to all the other stars in the universe. Like, is so fascinating. I love seeing that stuff, even though it's, like, kind of a refresher because I loved science back in the day. I already know, like, all the planets and stuff. Before I wanted to be a filmmaker, I'm not sure if I've ever really mentioned this. I wanted to be an astronomer, actually. And, so I knew about, like, all the planets and stuff and the stars. And I still love space and everything. Space is, like, so cool. I love sci-fi and everything. Those are some of my favorite, like, things to experience. So, yeah, we watched, I believe the show that we watched was called Centered in the Universe, and it kind of went through, like, the history of, like, how originally we all thought that Earth was the center of the universe, and we had this whole astrological map of how everything orbited around us, but then how Galileo, like, discovered, like, oh, we're not the center of the universe, because this is how Venus goes through, like, its phases. You know, we're not necessarily the center of the universe, and, like, you know, how big the universe is, like, when Hubble, like, made the telescope and everything. It was fantastic. It was fascinating. It was really fun to watch. I choked up a couple times because for some reason with those kind of presentations, I get a little emotional. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's, like, the thought of, like, you know, our future as a human race, you know, like, our trajectory of the future is just, like, it's emotional. It's fun. You've only seen it on film. Some scenes from Rebel Without were filmed there. Oh, Rebel Without a Cause, yeah. I still need to watch that film. La La Land was actually filmed at the Griffith Observatory, too. Like, that was probably the best scene in the movie, too. Yeah, the Griffith is great. If you guys ever get the chance to go, again, it's free. It's free. Not sponsored, but it's free, you know? It's just, like, there's no reason not to go if you're in the area. At least once. Like, I've been multiple times, and I want to go even more because I love it, but, you know, if it's just, like, a one-time thing for you, there was something that was just gonna be a one-time thing for me. I'll get to that. Afterwards, the main reason we wanted to go to Hollywood, because, my partner's, one of their major bucket list items is to, picnic under the Hollywood sign. Their ex-husband never wanted to do that, so, like, I was totally down to do it with them. But it ended up raining, so... so we scrapped that, unfortunately. That's a big reason why we're going back to Hollywood. One of these weekends in the future. Maybe not anytime soon, because we just went there, and sometimes Hollywood is overwhelming with too many people around, and we're both introverts, so we're like... our social battery needs to, like, a moment to recharge, especially them at their age. But instead we went to a Puerto Rican restaurant. My partner is actually from Florida. They're from Miami, so they've been introducing me to like all these Central American foods that I'd never really tried myself. You know, I only know Mexican food. That's all I really know, because it's Southern California. And Mexican food is everywhere. But I've never had, like, you know, they've had me try Cuban food, and Cuban food is pretty good. So I tried Puerto Rican food, and it was really good too. You know, I had like this fried chicken. I think it was chicharrones, with this fried plantain around it. It was in this sauce. I don't even know what the sauce was, but the sauce was really good. It was good. It was a good meal. So I had Puerto Rican food for the first time. You know, I'm trying new things. I'm trying to open up my palate, you know. Yeah, it was delicious. It was really good. I wish I could have eaten more, but I wasn't, you know, I'm still on the diet. Also wasn't that hungry. But, after that, we just walked around, Hollywood Boulevard. We saw all the stars. You know, we found, look, this is celebrity. It's the thing that all the tourists do. You know, they sit on top of the star and go like, hey, and take the picture in front of it. I never do that. I never do that. I don't worship these celebrities. I'm just like, hey, I know that one. Alfred Hitchcock? That's cool. Yeah, I saw Alfred Hitchcock. I saw, like, you know, there's so many. There's too many names to name. And then, we went to the Chinese theater. That's one of my bucket lists, actually, is, to, eventually, I don't know if this will ever happen, but it's a bucket list for a reason. The bucket list item for a reason. I don't think it's ever gonna happen, but it's something that I'll probably constantly pursue. I want to tour all the states around the United States, and at least see one movie in each of the major cinemas. So I finally, for the first time, as long as I lived in California, I've never been to like any of the major movie theaters in Hollywood. I went to the Chinese theater, and like, I was excited because like, oh my god, Chinese theater. I've always wanted to go to the Chinese theater, and we got to see Ghostbusters, the new Ghostbusters movie, Frozen Empire, and it was super good. But the thing about the Chinese theater is the main pavilion that everyone sees about the Chinese theater is like this big building that's like this. It looks like a Chinese, like, ornate building. The architecture and everything. Yeah, it's very iconic. There's only one theater in the actual, like, pavilion thing. There's only one thing, and it's the IMAX. There's only one screen. So if you're not watching that IMAX theater, the IMAX film that they have playing there, then they send you upstairs, like 3 floors up, to a separate, like, movie theater place. So we didn't even get to watch, like, an actual movie at the Chinese theater like I wanted to, but it's fine. It's something that I'm going to probably do in the future. You know, if something else piques my interest. I do want to see a movie in that pavilion. I do want to see it in that theater, because I looked up pictures of, like, what it looks like on the inside, too. And it looks beautiful in there. And there's so many seats. There's a big screen with a curtain and everything. I'm like, oh man, I want to go in there. I want to go in there. But no, they sent us upstairs to, like, a separate movie theater. That was, like, every other movie theater. I'm like, oh my god, okay, fine. But the film itself was good. So, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, no spoilers, but I highly recommend that film. I saw Afterlife before, and Afterlife was really good. I actually watched that in the drive-in, and someone brought Ecto 1. So like they drove in an Ecto 1 into the drive-in theater, and then when the film was over, they blasted the Ghostbusters theme out of the car. And I'm like, yeah, dude, this is cool. That was like immersive and everything. And Afterlife was really good. I thought it was really good. But this new one, it's like super good. And I'm surprised that I haven't really seen much advertisement of it, which is weird because I asked a number of people about it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I didn't even know it was out." Like, yeah, exactly. I don't think they really spend much money on advertising this film, but it's fantastic. It's better than Afterlife, in my opinion. I love the dynamic of the new cast and everything, and they are on point with their humor still. And I'm surprised because a lot of Hollywood films that try their hand at humor and incorporating humor, it feels like too try-hard at points. But it's very on point. I don't know who wrote I think actually some of the original creators of the Ghostbusters films worked on this one. But burying it. No, it's not at all. It's not at all. I don't know why. It's a fantastic film. Like I saw it, like the main bad guy in this one, his design is so cool. He looks like a Dungeons and Dragons like main enemy, you know, main antagonist. And man, I love like the callbacks to like the original Ghostbusters films. You know, I didn't like the all-female Ghostbusters remake. That movie wasn't that great. But these new ones, somehow they like managed to like hit a formula that was both appealing to like a newer generation and appealing to like classic fans of Ghostbusters. So like I guarantee, like, if you love Ghostbusters in any if you're any kind of Ghostbusters fan, you will like this film. At least like it. You know, I don't want to hype it up too much if it's not really your cup of tea and you end up watching it and being disappointed from like my review kind of it. More of a ramble, but I thought it was fantastic. It was the best Ghostbusters film in a long time, in my opinion. Even though Afterlife was really good, this one is, like, even better in my opinion. Oh, really? Damn. Yeah, the writing is great. the writing is great. I love the cameos of, like, some of the older celebrities. Jesus Christ, they are getting old, though. They are so old, and it is so surprising to see, God, what's his name? Bill Murray's character? He is so freaking old in it. He is. My god. But yeah, all the Ghostbusters obviously return. Except for, you know, the late actor, who had, like, a very emotional thing in Afterlife, which is one of the things that I guess this film didn't really have a lot of. It didn't have any emotional, like, tinge. It had a couple of moments, but man, Afterlife, I actually cried. Like, the climax in Afterlife brought me to tears. And I brought a lot of people to tears, too. No spoilers, though, but if you haven't seen Afterlife, I recommend watching that before watching Frozen Empire. Anyways, that was Saturday night. After that, we went home and... Oh, wait, we didn't. That wasn't the end of Saturday! I forgot! We went home, we put up all our things. My partner was hungry. So, we're like, oh, let's just get something light. You know, like, let's just go to Subway, I guess. Because, you know, I'm trying to maintain a diet, but... Turns out, I didn't know about this. As many times as I've been to Hollywood, I didn't know that there's something called a Taco Bell Cantina. You guys know Taco Bell, but do you know about Taco Bell Cantinas? Taco Bell Cantinas are what I would call a rare restaurant, a rare breed of Taco Bell. And I love Taco Bell. As much as I love Taco Bell, and I've never been to a Taco Bell Cantina, like, I know there's one in Vegas, and there's one here in Hollywood, too. A Taco Bell Cantina serves its normal Taco Bell menu like every other Taco Bell, but they got drinks. They got alcohol there too, guys. You gotta show them your ID and everything, but they have special margaritas. They have special margaritas. They have a Baja Blast margarita. They have a Baja Blast margarita. And you can add what alcohol you want it in. We chose tequila. We had a Baja Blast spiked with tequila, pretty much. And it's pretty cheap when it comes to alcohol. $9. Not bad. Like, and it's like a drink. And it comes in this cup. This is the cup that they gave us. Look at that. That is a big ass cup. It was like this tall. It was a big cup. They gave you a big cup of alcohol. And it was so good. It was so good. I was always of the unpopular opinion that Baja Blast is kind of mid to me, the flavor. I know that's a very unpopular opinion. You guys can like bring out your torches and pitchforks and everything, but just note that not everyone has the same taste buds as you, so like your opinion is of your own and mine is of my own too, and water's the best drink anyways. But the Baja Blast margarita was so freaking good. It was like so freaking good. That is what, in my opinion, was missing from Baja Blast, the flavor. It was missing alcohol. And I told myself I wasn't going to drink. We would have gone to like a club if we would have drank. But I told myself I wasn't going to drink because we just had St. Patrick's Day. Hey! Oh my god, your name's always hard to read. Janderalu. Can I just call you Jan or something? Can I call you Snowflake? Because you have like a snowflake, thing next to your name. A yard is what those tall alcohol cups are called. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, they gave us a yard of Baja Blast margarita. Nitrogen monoxide is deadly. Exactly. Whatever that is. But yeah, because we just had like St. Patrick's Day happen and we drank so much and we got so blasted and just had a huge hangover. We're like, oh, we're not gonna drink for a long time. But at that cantina, I'm like, I need to try this. And I had a burrito too. Like, I just had a burrito for dinner. And I had that. That's all I ate that night, but so freaking good. And I got a little drunk too. I got a little drunk off that one drink. Oh my god. Put a couple of those. Give me a couple of like Baja Blast margaritas, and I will be Baja Blasted, guys. That's how you get Baja Blasted. Baja Blast margaritas. It was so good though. I don't remember much of what happened. I don't think we did anything else after that. I think I just took a melatonin when we got home and then we went to bed. I think we obviously took a shower, but I'm pretty sure we took a shower. Did I take a shower that night? Shit. No, wait. Yes. No, yes. I did take a shower that night. I did take a shower because the hotel that we were staying at, they only gave us like a tiny bottle of shampoo and a little bar of soap. So I remember using the rest of that night. Okay. Like, so when I drink, they get a little fuzzy, but that was Saturday. Saturday was fantastic. Overall, great experience, great weekend. I think walking down Hollywood Boulevard, at a certain time of day, walking down Hollywood Boulevard, you get like a negative vibe. I don't know what it is. It's like when the sun is setting. There's like this negative vibe that like encroaches. And I've had that experience a couple of times when, this definitely wasn't my first time on Hollywood Boulevard, or Sunset, or anything. But, like, when you're doing, like, the Walk of Fame, like, everyone's doing that, right? I don't know, something about the atmosphere that gives, like, this negative vibe, or, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm not entirely cynical or anything, but I feel like Hollywood, like, breeds this, these kind of people, like, with these perspectives that, like, you know, they're here for, like, the Hollywood dream and everything, and then their dream gets tarnished, and then they just give up. And it's sad to see, because, like, you see, like, all these homeless people, you see people trying to, like, make a big splash in some way, you know, there's people riding their bikes, and they're doing, like, what's it called? A wheelie on the bike down the whole strip, or whatever. There's people jaywalking indiscriminately. There's, like, there's a weird instance where, like, a cop car was, like, trying to get people to move and they wouldn't move. There's people, like, with displays trying to, like, sell everyone stuff. And maybe it's because, like, Hollywood's, like, a big tourist attraction and everything. And, yeah, maybe that's it. I don't freaking know. I don't know. It's just something about that part of Hollywood that just is... kind of gives me a negative vibe sometimes, and I don't really like that. In the morning, it's better. But, like I said, when the sun is setting... I don't know, there's just something about it. But anyways, before I move on to Sunday, I have my pink strawberries again. I'm gonna be finishing this, because there's not a lot left. I ate too many during my last stream. Oh my god, it's so sweet now. Fantastic. Fantastic. I don't know why my glasses are still out here. These were my glasses, I think I've had these, like, since middle school or something. I used to need glasses back in the day, but I guess my eyes kind of corrected, and they just give me these readers. These were the last time I saw my eye doctor. They gave me these readers. And I've just kind of had them ever since. But I don't need them. I don't need them. It also gives me kind of a headache when I use them. Anyways. Sunday! Sunday was, like, the big day, because, like, we had to check out early, so I like, woke up early. I woke up, like, 6:30 or something. Actually, yeah, I woke up at 6:30, but I tried going back to sleep, but I couldn't. So at, like, 7:30, I was like, alright, I'm up. And, you know, I put on makeup and everything. You know, I took a quick shower, put on makeup, and didn't even need LASIK. Yeah, I don't know, my vision wasn't even that bad to begin with. So, like, you know, for other people, like, LASIK helps, but for me, I guess my eyesight just kind of corrected itself, because it wasn't that bad. It was just through, like, elementary school, I was wearing glasses. And then after that, I didn't need them anymore. But yeah, I got ready, my partner got ready. We were like this. We just like this. My partner was all gothed up, I was all cutesy or whatever. I was wearing pink, they were wearing black, like our normal dynamic. Like I said, we are Princess Bubblegum and Marceline from Adventure Time. That is our dynamic, straight up. But after we checked out of the hotel, we went around the corner to park, because obviously we couldn't park at the hotel anymore. So we spent like an extra $20 to park, because we walked to the Museum of Death. If you guys don't know what the Museum of Death is, it's a museum in Hollywood. And celebrates all things death related, pretty much. It's a really cool museum. I'm not recommended for, like, people with, like, uncomfortable stomachs or, like, sensitive about that kind of material, because there is it is very graphic. It is extremely graphic. There is real photos of like autopsies, car accidents, straight up murders, people taking their own lives, things like that. There's World War II things that are something that I can't really mention, because it's not cool to mention those kind of things to like YouTube or Twitch or whatever. You know, there's videos constantly playing of like, you know, people prepping bodies for their funeral. You know, it gets very graphic. There's a lot of stuff there. My favorite section is the cult section. They have this whole display of the Heaven's Gates cult. And that's probably my favorite section. My partner's favorite is the serial killers because they love those kind of like podcasts and stuff. But we had a great time there. We spent like 2 hours at the museum. And it's not a huge museum either. It's 2-story museum, and there's a lot of exhibits inside, but it's very dense. It's a very dense museum. So you kind of want to like stop and look and read and learn too. Cuz like I learned about a duo of serial killers that I didn't know about until like I went there. So like, hey, learn something new every day. And my partner, of course, knew about them because they were from Jacksonville, Florida. And that's where the killers were doing their slayings, I suppose. But the Museum of Death was really cool. While we were there, though, there was like a farmer's market happening. I guess they do that every Sunday or maybe every once a month. I don't know. I didn't expect to see that, but, you know, we walked around the farmer's market a little bit. And, across the street from the Museum of Death is Trejo's Tacos. Freaking Danny Trejo has his own, like, taco shop in LA. And it's great. Probably not. It's definitely not everyone's cup of tea. I'm not recommending it if you are sensitive to that kind of material to anyone. But if you are interested in the macabre, if you can hold your guts inside your stomach when looking at that kind of content, it's interesting. It's fun. It's well, maybe not fun, you know. It's interesting to look at. But we had a great time. And like the museum's like main purpose, the thing that they tell you every time you exit is like, don't you want to like keep living? Doesn't it make you feel like you want to continue living? Cause like look how gruesome death is. And like that, I think that's like a positive outlook to like take away from something, like stuff that is so horrible, you know? To like continue to live. Just continue to live. It's like that's like my freaking thing about life. It's like just continue to live, man. That's all you need to do in life. But anyways, not to get too sentimental, we went to Trejo's Tacos right after that. Danny Trejo's Tacos. This is the first time I ever went. Kai's been before. I would always pass by it when I'm in LA and never stop by. And it's good. I highly recommend that. If you love Mexican food, dude, Trejo's Tacos, like, they have, I can't remember what I got. I got a taco. I only got one taco. My partner got a burrito, and then we shared, like, some chips with, like, not necessarily a salsa, but it was, like, a pineapple, cilantro, and red onion mix. That was kind of, I guess you could call it salsa, but it was really good. It was fantastic. The food there is amazing. I don't really like onions. I cannot eat onions. Red onions are like hit or miss for me. Sometimes they're okay in salad, but sometimes I want to avoid them. But I didn't realize when paired with cilantro, because I had it on my taco too. I had onion, cilantro, and like a red sauce, and other things, obviously, but it was so good. I couldn't even taste the onions. Like, the cilantro overpowered the onion, like, bitterness. And it was so good! I loved it! I love those tacos. I would definitely recommend going to PAREO's Tacos. Like, they have a hot sauce, too, that they put on, like, the side. And I was putting that, like, on my chips and everything. That's some bomb-ass salsa. That's some bomb-ass hot sauce, rather. I'm sure they sell those bottles, but to be honest, like, it's not the spiciest. It's not spicy at all, to be honest, but the flavor is really good. I don't know what they put in it, but the flavor is really good. So I highly recommend, like, Trejo's Tacos if you're ever, like, in the area. Especially if you're a fan of Danny Trejo. Hey! Check out his taco restaurant. But yeah. That was delicious. After that, we went away from Hollywood to, make our last stop, which was, oh, God. Just a second. There's a museum that I would always hear about in LA called The Broad. And people were like, oh man, go to The Broad. You know, they have all these, like, cool, like, things there to look at. And I'm like, and they're like, it's free. It's a free museum. I'm like, awesome. I want to go. I thought it was in Hollywood, like, around where we were. But it wasn't. It wasn't at all. It was, like, on the other side of LA, pretty much. It was, like, a 30-minute drive, from where we were, because of traffic and everything. But, we ended up going to The Broad. I really wanted to go to, this part in the museum that has these lights. I think they call it the mirror room. And it's supposed to be very pretty. I've seen a lot of people take pictures and stuff there. But, I didn't realize it was a separate ticketed thing. So, like, it's a free museum, right? You have to go in, but you don't go in. You have to, like, scan a QR code to put yourself on a wait list to get in, because there's, like, so many, like, people who, like, go in and they have capacities limits and everything. So you had to do that, and of course it's a modern art museum. I'm not the biggest fan of modern art. I'll go over that in a bit. But, the main thing I wanted to go and see in there was the mirror room. And it's a separate ticket thing that you have to pay for in advance for some reason. Or you don't pay for it. It's free, but you have to, like, sign up for it in advance. And I think that's ridiculous, you know? Maybe it's because that's, like, the most popular reason why people go there. But, I don't know. They need to make up a new system or something. The Broad was a bit of a letdown, especially in that aspect. I did get to see the giant furniture display that they have there, which is, like, another modern art piece, I guess. But I like art. I like all kinds of art. Of course, I like film. I love media. But I consume art itself. Like, and I can see, like, the significance of a certain painting, right? For modern art, sometimes modern art feels very derivative and is, I don't know, it feels like people bringing attention and light to general, not necessarily laziness, but uninspiredness. And I don't know what it is. Like, you can make anything, and as long as you have, like, an interesting backstory about making the painting, that's what sells the painting. It's not even, like, the finished product. It's, like, what you say about it that people, like, grasp onto. There was an entire section with Andy Warhol stuff. Andy Warhol paintings. Oh my god, Andy Warhol. I don't like Andy Warhol. I'm not a fan of Andy Warhol. It was great that he brought art back into the mainstream, because art was, like, kind of like a dying fad at the time. And he kind of, like, brought it back with the mainstream with, like, modern art. But he turned it into, like, this whole bougie, like, kind of like, I'll pay you $1 million for this piece of crap, pretty much. Just because I love your story. Oh my god, your whole aesthetic and everything. And I'm not like a negative person, you know. I try to give like the benefit of the doubt of anything, but like some of the artworks there, it's like, this is so derivative of anything else that I've ever seen before. Like Picasso, he was good at his time because he was doing something different. You know, he was making like these abstract paintings and everything, but it was different at the time. And now everyone else who's making an abstract painting is like, yeah, you just look like Picasso, dude. That just looks like a Picasso. I'm sorry. And there's people trying out new things, but it's like, well, my partner said, it's like, a 4-year-old can do that. My dog can, I'm gonna make my dog paint a painting and sell it to an art exhibit. Like, there was a painting there, that was supposed to be like the New York skyline. It was literally 3 things. Okay, here. I got an idea. Let's bring up Photoshop. Let me recreate this painting. Let me recreate this painting for you guys. I'll show you exactly what this painting looked like. Let's see, new file. I don't care. Let's do a 1:1. Because the painting was a 1:1 aspect ratio. Is that good? Oh, come on. There we go. Alright, guys. Display capture. So this was the painting, right? It was actually the background color was like a dark gray. It was like that. And this was the painting. This was the painting. It was like this, right? There was 1, there was 2, and there was 3 that kind of looked like that. And they looked like this too. They had this. They had that. And there was like some like weird things going on like in the background where it was like kind of like a lighter black, but it was just like this kind of like messy strokes looking situation, right? This was the painting that we saw. As soon as I saw it, I turned to my partner and said, "Don't say it. Don't say it. I know what you're gonna say. Don't say it." And they're like, "What?" And I pointed at this painting, and she screamed. She screamed it. Everyone around her could hear her say it. "Those look like dicks." That's what the painting looks like. It looked like 3 giant penises, like up, erect, pointing towards the heavens. Just as gray and black penises. If you go up to it and read like the description, because all these paintings, you know, all the important paintings, they have these little descriptors, right? This one said, well, it was titled New York City. This is New York City, guys. This is my painting of New York City. I'm a prominent painter, and I have painted my impression of New York City. And the descriptor was like something about uplifting the people of New York City who are like struggling and everything, you know, to make it by in the world. And my partner and I are just like, it's just penises. It just looks like penises. It's just 3 big penises. I wish I took a picture of that painting because it just looks like penises. And then there's I did take one picture of they had the modern art sculptures of I know there was this modern art movement of giganticism, I think it's called. The inflation, or like, you know, making normal things larger than they are. They had a few sculptures like that. Obviously the big one that people like refer to is like the big chair and table. That's like the big one everyone like talks about when in reference to that museum. So obviously I took a picture of that because I think that's pretty cool, you know? This is what, I don't even know what it was trying to be. I think it was trying to be like tulips or flowers, and they were like in different colors of like, kind of like the rainbow. And they were like metallic, and they were inflated. It looks like a butthole. It looks like a prolapsed anus. It looks like a butthole. Like, as soon as we walked up to it, like, my partner's like, those are like buttholes. You want to take a picture next to the buttholes? I'm like, yeah, I'll take a picture next to the pink butthole. So there was a lot of art like that. There was some good things. There was a sculpture of, like, what appeared to be, like, a homeless man and his dog. And, like, that sculpture was really cool. It looked like, I don't know what the material that they used, but it looked cool. There was this one painting, it was like a giant black painting with like the simplest of strokes, just left and right, and you could see every freaking stroke. They didn't even bother covering it up or anything. Like, they didn't use the paint bucket tool, apparently. And like in the center is like this like picture of a fireplace. It wasn't even like a painted picture. It was just like a photograph of a fireplace. I'm like, this is art! This is art! You know, someone taped a banana on a canvas and sold it for like, what, $100,000 or something? It's art! But I'm like Danny DeVito when he was like the art critic, you know? Bullshit! Bullshit! Derivative! So many things freaking derivative there. So many things. Like, half the paintings in like certain exhibits looked identical almost. Like, there was different like architecture to each one, sure, but I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of modern art, and I'm not complaining either. Like, it was a decent experience, you know. I got to experience the Broad once. Like, everyone tells you to like go there for like a specific museum, you know? Or a museum experience in LA. Like, yay! I did it! Do I regret it? No. Do I want to do it again? No! I will not do it again. But, yeah, that was our weekend. Overall, really fun. We walked around a lot. My legs are a bit achy, but both my partner and I need to, what I tell them, get back into shape. We are planning on, going to the gym more often, just to get more back in shape. You know, I'm taking my diet really seriously now. Like, I wasn't taking it as seriously at first. Maybe that's why I haven't really been losing the weight that I wanted to. But now I'm, like, dead set on taking it absolutely seriously. And I'm going to start exercising more often. Just get healthier. We're both going to get healthier. But, oh, that strawberry does not feel right. I think that one's bad. Is this one okay? I don't trust those two strawberries. This one's fine though. Even though it's got a lot of leaves on it. Let's eat this last strawberry, and then we could talk about something else. Talk about something completely different. Like I said last stream, guys. You guys should totally like try out pink strawberries if you ever find them at the store. They're very sweet. But it's not like it's not like a strong sweetness or anything. It's just it's a very mellow sweetness. And it tastes really good. They're called pine berries. Pine berries. This brand is called Peekaboo. And it's got a little fairy on it. If you guys see pink strawberries at your store, like, try them out. Try them out. Like, do it. If you're a fan of like fruit and strawberries, recommend it. At least try it once, you know. We also not too long ago found pink pineapples at the store. So I guess all the fruits are becoming pink. And it was also like the strawberries. It was a more mellow flavored pineapple. It wasn't as stingy or acidity as pineapple usually tends to be. But it was really good. It tasted really good. I recommend pink pineapples as well. I recommend anything pink in general. Just be pink, guys. Anyways. Not a lot of people out today. I don't think people, like, really care about Monday streams or something. I don't know. Maybe no one cares about PAREO. Guys, PAREO's my favorite character. I love her. She's literally me. If you guys don't know Bang Dream, check it out. Or at least check out, the video, The Power of Clothing. Why I Resonate with PAREO from Bang Dream. It's on my channel, youtube.com/nekakohai. It's a great video. I still think it holds up. There's some things that I would have changed if I made it nowadays. But it's all editing-wise. I think everything that I say in it is still what I would say to this day. It's still a very good video. And it's also, I think, my most popular video, right? I think it's my most popular video on YouTube. And it's also one of the most popular PAREO videos on YouTube. So if you type in PAREO Bandori or Bang Dream on YouTube, my video is one of the first ones that come up. Yeah, it's still my most popular video, 4,000 views. My most popular video, guys, is me cosplaying this character, because I love her so much. And I go into depth on, like, her character and how not only it relates to me, but how it's, like, how it progresses, and just, like, how well written the character is. It's, like, fantastic character growth, like, throughout, like, the beginning arc, you know? I haven't really played much of Bang Dream recently, so I don't know, like, how her story continues or anything. But I love the character. Not only how she looks, but how she's written and everything. She's literally me. Like, 100%. 110%. And I always tell my partner that they remind me of Choo Choo. And, Choo Choo and PAREO are canon! Choo Choo and PAREO, they're canon, guys. They're straight up canon. And I even mentioned that in my video. Why they're canon and everything. Because some people are gonna be deniers, but nope. PAREO and Choo Choo, they're a power couple in that anime. And I love that about them. I love that about the series, too. Because Bang Dream's always been kind of like one of my favorite series. Like, especially when I saw Roselia live. That's when it really became my favorite series. Like, Roselia here. It's upside down. Roselia here. Love Roselia. They are literally one of my favorite bands. Definitely my favorite Japanese band. I know PAREO's part of Razor Soylent, and PAREO likes pastel palettes. That's why I have, like, all the Aya figures. But, I always liked, Roselia. You know, with Rinko and everything. Because Rinko is, like, also one of my favorite characters from the series. I liked Rinko before PAREO was even, like, made for the series. I also cosplay Akko. Akko's another one of my cosplays that I do. Akko from Bang Dream. Actually, let me show that off real quick. Back on my Instagram, instagram.com/neka_kohai. When's the last time I cosplayed Akko? Must have been so long ago. Oh yeah, I'm in the dangerous territory now. I guess this was the last time I cosplayed her. What was that? 90 weeks ago? However long ago that was, but I love Akko too. Akko's a really fun character. Like, I relate to her, like, on some level as well. That's why I cosplay all the characters that I relate to. But I cosplayed, PAREO. This was at, Anime Riverside 2 years ago? I'm going to Anime Riverside again, by the way, this year. I guess this is the first time I kind of talked about it. Ew. This is the first time I'm kind of talking about it, but I am going to be at Anime Riverside again. This year, my partner and I are going together, and I'm going to be cosplaying PAREO again at Anime Riverside. So if you're at Anime Riverside, this year, say hi, you know? Say hi. Never feel afraid to say hi. I've already had like people a couple times. I remember at Anime Lost, or not anime, but LA Comic Con this past time that I went. Someone came up to me and was like, "Hey, I follow you. You know, can I take your picture?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, of course." You know, I'm always happy to meet people that like who know me and I don't know them. I'm like, "Oh my god, you know, how'd you like, you know, find me and everything?" You know, it's always fun to like meet those kind of people. And like meet you guys, you know? I'd love to do that. I love to do that. Like never, if you ever see me like in public, if it's now, in the future, you know, say hi to me, you know? I will not bite, you know? I'm more afraid of other people biting me. My partner will bite though. They will bite. So proceed to them with caution. But speaking of my partner, actually, if you guys didn't check out or, you know, weren't notified of it, I'm editing for another channel. It's a brand new channel. It's called Jib Jab in the Queer Lab. Finally, I can say the name of it and everything. I was like being secretive of it kind of in the past, but the YouTube channel is Jib Jab in the Queer Lab. It stars my partner and their friend. It's two LGBT people talking about sharing Reddit stories and sharing their perspectives on this particular subjects that they're talking about. So if anything like that interests you, if you love Reddit stories in general, if you've seen any other like kind of like YouTube Reddit reading videos before, and if you're into that, check it out. It's actually really good. You know, the first video came out on Saturday, and it's doing really good. It's actually really doing really good. It superseded my expectations of how I was going to perform. They already got like over 10 more subscribers since that video, and like over 50 views. Like, and I know that's not a lot in terms of like, you know, in the YouTube space in general, but for a first time, like a very first time video, like, it's great. It's great. I'm so proud of like how quickly that channel's grown, and you know, I'm like they're kind of calling me the creative manager of the channel, so I guess I'm also a creative manager or manager of Jib Jab in the Queer Lab, because I made all the branding too. I made the logo. I made the idea to shorten it to JJQL for all the branding and stuff. And Jib Jab in the Queer Lab was actually my partner's idea for the name, and to be honest, I didn't really like it at first, but now I'm like kind of okay with it, especially because I realized I could shorten it to an anagram of JJQL. So yeah, check that out. Jib Jab in the Queer Lab. It's on YouTube. In the future, they're gonna like start posting stuff on TikTok as well. So you know, look out for that. And obviously, like if you're following me on Instagram, every time a video that I've edited comes out, I'll be sharing it on my stories. So check those out. Our current schedule for those videos is every Saturday, around 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you guys, you know, want to check that out, look forward to the new videos, you know? We already have, like, a few more videos coming out in the future. They're going to be featuring some guests in the future, eventually. And, they want to start streaming sometime in the future when they get big enough. So a lot of cool things happening with that channel. You know, and it's off to a really good start. I highly recommend, like, if you guys are into that kind of content, check it out, you know? Here's my plug for it. Here's my official plug. And guys, maybe in the future, I might be a special guest. Because we've already kind of talked about it, and it kind of makes sense. If I ever edit for you, hey, I'm probably gonna end up as a special guest on your channel. I guess that's how it's kind of going right now. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna hit the BRB real quick because I need to go. So let me BRB real quick. All right, I have returned. Are you still at work? What are you doing here then? Oh yeah, that's probably where everyone is. Like, I don't know. Maybe I should like change up my schedule. Like, I might be streaming too early for people. Like, I know that like most people like stream when they stream at around night or something. But I think that's where more people are active on Twitch, or more people are watching like live. But I don't know. I do like this schedule, but at the same time, I don't think I'm gonna grow at all at this schedule because there's not anyone watching. But anyways, it's fine. It's fine. I'll get to 100 followers eventually. I've gone this far. I've already became affiliated this quickly, so like, you know, I'll get to 100 followers in no time. And besides, like, I have big plans in the future for bigger streams, you know. Maybe I'll change up my schedule before then. Who knows? There's a big event, I guess I can say, coming up in a couple months. I'm not gonna spoil exactly what it's gonna be, because you know me, I like to keep things hush hush until they actually happen. Yeah, there's going to be a big event that's gonna be happening in a couple months, and I hope you guys are looking forward to that. Like, it's set to be... I hope it's a fantastic thing, you know? I really do. Also, for more recent stuff, next week is going to be a very important stream, so I hope people show up for that stream. I know maybe PAREO's not, like, the most important thing or whatever, so maybe people aren't showing up for this one. I didn't really have anything, like, interesting planned for it. I just wanted to cosplay PAREO on her birthday and everything. But next week is going to be a very important stream, so I hope people who are watching Tray Racing or anyone else in the future who are watching the VOD show up for that one, because I've been working a ton on that stream, and it's basically ready, you know? It's basically ready. I just wanted to, like, schedule it. I already had it scheduled for that day, that's why I'm not doing it earlier. But it's going to be a really good stream. It's going to be a really good stream. I guarantee you haven't seen any other stream like it, because I've been doing some, like, I guess you could say, like, kind of experimental stuff, in regards to preparing for that stream. And it is set to be unlike any stream that you guys have checked out. Like, literally, like, I'm not even making this up. Like, I know some people might say because of the day that it's landing on, that this might be, like, a whole bit or something, but I have been working on it, and two, it is really going to be unlike anything else you guys have seen for, like, a live stream, you know? And thank you. I try to be creative. I mean, I am creative. Look at me, I'm the most creative person. But everyone's creative. Everyone's creative in their own right. But that's just my perspective. Anyways, how has your weekend been? How's everyone's weekend been? I know I've been talking about myself, like, this whole time, but I want to know how everyone else has been doing. Like, what's been going on in your weekends? I hope it's been good. Like, mine was great. And, you know, our weekends, like, for those of us who need... I need to take a phone call, guys. I'll be right back. Guys, I gotta go help, someone with something, so it's gonna be a couple minutes, but I will be back as soon as I can. Hey, Blackjack Cheese. Sorry, I've been away. I was, helping people out. Helping people out. Doing things other than streaming, helping people out. I can't remember what I was saying before I left, either. So, there went that thought. There went that thought. It probably wasn't that important. Or maybe it was the most important thing I could have been saying at the time. But now. Could be the most important thing now. Anyways. So yeah, I've been streaming for, like, not even 2 hours. Wow. Guys! How's it going? I don't know, like, I should have had, like... Oh, thank you so much. I love this cosplay. She's, like, literally my favorite character. I'm like, as soon as I saw her, too, I wanted to cosplay her. I'm just like, oh my god, I'm gonna steal her look. And that's what got me into, like, Fairy K and everything. I should have had, like, more stuff to do during this stream. Here, let's, let me try something. I don't know if this is gonna work. Oh my god! Okay. Okay, let's do this. Because I like the Bang Dream. I know maybe not everyone is like whatever about the franchise or something, but let's do a Bang Dream character tier list! Yeah! Actually, let me, isn't there a presentation mode or something? That looks better. Alright, guys. Top 3, love, like, neutral, dislike. Oh, man. Oh no, they have Morphonica characters on here, too. Okay, okay. I don't know much about Morphonica, but I am going to, I'm going to do my best here. So, first of all, Michelle. Great. Probably not top 3. I really love her. I love that she's... Okay, so if you guys don't know Bang Dream, these two are the same characters. She is the same character as her. She's the DJ of Hello Happy World. That's another band in Bang Dream. So they're the same character, but she puts on the mascot suit and people don't know that that's her, even though she tells people that I am Michelle. Hey, guys, look at me. I am Michelle. They're like, what are you talking about? Michelle's a bear. So these characters like Kokoro is like, what are you talking about? Michelle's Michelle. You're Misaki. Like, but I kind of like, I put Kokoro like at like, you know, she's a. I love these two characters. They're like they're pretty much one and the same. They're technically separate characters. I love that this list made them separate characters in this too, but Kokoro is cool. I really like her, but she's very one note. So she's not a very well fleshed out like character. She has no room for growth pretty much. She's just extremely positive and that's her entire vibe. And she just wants everyone to smile. Even though she's like a hugely rich person. Like her family like owns mountains and stuff. And she lives in a mansion. Like, I don't know, that's just her, I guess. Like, she could like give money to charity and she doesn't. I don't know, she doesn't know anything. Like, she's very ignorant, I guess, you would say. Kasumi! I love Kasumi. Maybe I like her. No, I love her. I would say I love Kasumi. I have a plush. I have a lay down plushie of Kasumi. I don't get that. have the Kasumi laydown plush. This is like the official laydown plush too. It's not like more like a ripoff like I see everyone else having. This is like an official. I pre-ordered it and everything. Got her casual uniform, I guess you would call it. The one that's like not stage or school related. It's like what she just wears normally. Got her little star necklace. It was really cute. I don't know why I really you know, the plushie's like up there with the Astolfo one because I have an Astolfo one too. I never really like take her down. Anyways, I do love Kazumi. Like she was like the main character of the first season, and I guess the whole series pretty much, because like, you know, she's the front woman of Poppin' Party, which is like the flagship band. Otai, I love Otai. I really love Otai. Otai might be a top 3, to be honest. I love how she's like this quirky kind of airhead character, and she rips that freaking guitar, dude. The reason I love Bang Dream is like, not only is the music like super catchy, it's super good. Like some of the characters that like play their own characters and everything, they play their own instruments too. And I've seen Poppin' Party live. It wasn't the full band, unfortunately, because, you know, I don't know why, but they performed in Anaheim twice. I saw them both times. And they both the first year it was Kasumi, Otai, and Saya, right? Saya, like, I'll get to that in a second. But it was those 3. Arisa and Rimirin were nowhere to be found. And then the second year they came, it was just Kasumi and Otai, and they did an acoustic show. The first year was like, they did backing tracks. Second year they did an acoustic show because, you know, Kasumi and Otai both play like guitar and rhythm guitar. You know, rhythm guitar and guitar. Rhythm guitar, lead guitar for Kasumi and Otai respectively. But I love Bang Dream because like they have the characters like and the voice actors playing like the music, like, and you can see live shows with them too. Like it's awesome. Like I've seen Roselia, Poppin' Party, like twice. I've seen Razor Soylent twice too. And Razor Soylent I saw before like they had like all their albums, so they were doing cover songs like the first time. It's really good. I highly recommend it if you're, especially if you love like music anime and everything. But anyways, Saya, I like her big reveal in the first season was probably the most emotional that that first season got, with her like, you know, not wanting to become a drummer because she blames herself that her mom ended up in the hospital before. And like Kasumi confronting her about that really brought me to tears, you know, that just the yelling back and forth of like, Kasumi's like trying to convince Saya that it's not her fault, and like Saya's just like not having it because it's so ingrained into her at that point, and like she ended up losing her previous like friendships pretty much. Like she like gave up on music and left her band, Chipsa. And that whole scene was like very emotional. I love that backstory, but other than that, she doesn't really have a lot going on for her. She's a lot like, where is she? Lisa. They look so identical too that at one point in the English, or the worldwide release of the game, for one event, I remember this distinctly. It was during a Halloween event. The translators got their names reversed. Because they look so identical. And they kind of have the same personality, kind of, too. Like, sure, Lisa is a little more mothering, but no, because they're both very mothering. They both have very mothering characteristics about them. And they're very sweet too, right? They are nice characters, but other than that, there's like not too much, especially with Saya. There's really not too much going on with her. She's also like the yellow character of the like the band of the group. And yellow's not my favorite color. Lisa has a little bit more going on, in my opinion. Her relationship with Yukina drives the band forward. That's the only thing that differentiates characters is the hair color, and they have almost the same hair color and hairstyle. Almost identical. Lisa also is known for like being one of the few band members who had to get whose voice actress had to get replaced. The first voice actress I thought did a great job with her. The second one, I still think she does a good job too. I still miss Lisa's first voice actor, but their voices were so similar that you could probably barely even tell. Anyways, but back to Poppin' Party. I skipped ahead a little bit, but back to Poppin' Party. Rimiren, I really love. I love the freaking Dandere archetype characters. They're so shy and cute, but like when you bring them out of their shell, they like end up rocking it. Especially the voice actor for Rimi. Like she kills it on the bass. I have never seen like a bass player like with that much freaking like attitude, you know? She's got that freaking big pink bass and she's like bow. She's like bow, dude. I love Rimiren. Not even like just the character, but also the voice actors. She does a phenomenal job with like everything that is centered around the character. She's also like known for like, you know, having like the Kansai accent that slips every now and then. Oops. Oh no. I'm southern. Dandere's favorite? Yeah. I do love Dandere's. I mean, that's why I love Rinko. Like, Rinko, I guess if I want to like jump ahead, Rinko's definitely top 3, 100%. Out of all the Bang Dream merch I have Rinko merch. I have so much Rinko merch. She is so adorable, and she's the main reason why I wanted to cosplay Akko. I love Akko too. Akko's another member of Roselia. She's the drummer, and Rinko is the keyboardist. Rinko makes all of the costumes for Roselia, and it's all like goth Lolita shit, which is like beautiful. She's so beautiful, and she's kills it on the keyboard, but she's like super shy. She's extremely introverted. She's like the most introverted character in Bang Dream, in my opinion, I believe. And she's so pretty too. And Akko and Rinko, I love their chemistry and everything, because Akko's like, she's like extremely extroverted, where she wants to be super cool, just like her big sister, you know? She's like the little sister. She's like the Emoto character, who also has like the middle school, like kind of like, I have a dark evil side, I got all the powers, you know? I'll unleash the darkness at you! But she's like also like super cute too. Nichan. Yeah, her One-chan right here, who's the drummer. Like they're both drummers. That's really cool. I love the dynamic of like the two sisters being the drummer. God, what's her name? Tomoe? Tomoe, God, what's her last name? Nei-chan! Yeah. Oh, Nei-chan! Yeah, these two, I love these two characters. Maybe like, nah, I'd say I love her too. There's not gonna be a lot down here, to be honest. There's not gonna be a lot down here. It's mostly gonna be up here, these characters, because I love Bang Dream in general. But yeah, her being like, them being like older and younger sisters, and Akko being inspired by her big sister, who she idolizes. She thinks she's like the coolest person ever. she wanted to be a drummer too because that's what her older sister did. You know? And it's so cute. I love that, the only reason Akko is in Roselia, they didn't want Akko in Roselia at first. Because, she was like... She claims to be the second best drummer in the world. And Roselia, like, with how strict Yukina wants the vision of Roselia, they want to be, like, the best band in the world. She couldn't have second best. She only calls herself the second best because of her older sister. She thinks her older sister is the best. And, like, that's so cute. That's, like, adorable. But, the reason why, Akko and Rinko, joined the band. Well, first Rinko joined Roselia because she was, like, a child prodigy because she could play the piano really good. So she was sought after. And, Rinko actually recommended Akko because they were already best friends online. They had a online friendship because they play RPGs together. So, like, they're gamers too. That's why I freaking love Akko and Rinko. Like, they're like the best friends, they're gamers, and they're both members of my favorite band from Bang Dream, Roselia. Anyways, that was a long diatribe. Arisa, the keyboardist for Bang Dream. She's a tsundere. And honestly, in most media, I don't really care for the tsundere characters, because I'm like, oh, they're kind of bitchy, like, for no reason. But I love Arisa, because, like, of her development. She starts out, like, not wanting anything to do with Kasumi, but over time, she becomes so attached to the band and the other members that she loves Poppin' Party just as much as Kasumi, you know? And she wants, like, the band to, like, be, like, this, you know, sparkly, heart-pounding sensation to, like, all the other... everyone who listens to their music. Like, I can't separate, like, Kasumi and Arisa. Like, I know a lot of people ship the two characters. I don't necessarily know if they, work romantically together, in my opinion. But they are best of friends, and I love their dynamic. I love Arisa's character growth throughout the series. Like, seeing her episode 1, season 1, like, wanting nothing to do with any of this. Like, she's just, like, far off. Like, I want you out of my house, out of my grandma's house. Like, please leave me alone and never come back to me. To, like, around the end of season 3, where she's just like, Poppin' Party means everything to me. And you guys are, like, my best friends and everything. And are coming out of that. And, like, you know, Kasumi's like, oh my god, Arisa! And, like, hugs her and she's like, ah, get off of me! Because she doesn't like people touching her or whatever. I don't know, the character's, like, so, like, I don't know. Makes my heart go doki doki. Ran. I love Ran. Based on aesthetic, mostly. Ran? Like, she has, like, this freaking, like, punk rock aesthetic. She's got, like, this black jacket and stuff. Like, this... I actually got a couple of figures of her. Like, the denim, shorts. And, like, the black hair, but with, like, a red highlight. She looks so cool. Like, I want my partner to, like, cosplay her one day. I'm gonna get into her cosplay Choo-Choo, though. So, maybe one step at a time. But I also love Ran because, like, you know, she's from, like, a single family home. Her dad is the only one who, like, takes care of her. And, you know, she's like, rebellious and everything. You know, they brought together Afterglow. You know, Ran, Tomoe, and the other ones, Mocha. They brought together Afterglow solely for the purpose, because they were always childhood friends, and they grew up, every class they took together. But in high school, I think, Ran was separated from the group for some reason. And, they were all distraught to hear that news, and They're just like, you know what? Let's just make a band together. Let's make a girls rock band together. And that way we can, you know, hang out, like, after school every day, you know? Have, like, these extracurricular activities together. So, like, Afterglow was born with, under the desire to, like, stay together with your friends. And, like, I love that about them, you know? Mocha. God, Mocha is probably, like... I wish this was top 5, because then it would be much easier, because Mocha, I would say, is, like... Actually, you know what? It is tough. This is so tough. Because Mocha's, like, also one of my favorite characters. Especially in how she relates to Afterglow. She is funny, too. She's, like, one of the funniest characters in the series. She's, like, kind of, like... She kind of acts aloof, like she doesn't know what's going on. But she's, like, actually, like, the smartest character. She's, like, so smart. And... There's this one moment in the mobile game, one of the stories where she has this like internal monologue that she doesn't, that she. Oh my god, why am I choking up? I knew I was gonna choke up if I ever mentioned this, but in how the story was going, Ran wasn't sure if, like, they should even, like, continue with Afterglow. If they should continue, playing together in this band. Because, like, the characters, they, like, started this band because they wanted to just hang out. They didn't, like, actually go seriously into it. But Ran ended up becoming so good in the group. Like, she is, like, you know, the front woman, of course. And the rhythm guitarist and singer. But she is, like, phenomenally, like... I can't remember what it was, but there was something that was happening. Like, there was several things that was happening in that storyline. That was separate... That was trying to separate the group, you know? And they were, like, reflecting on, like, if they should even continue, doing Afterglow. And, you know, obviously at the end, they, like, come back together and everything. They have a sleepover, and they start writing a new song. And I can't remember what song that was. Can't believe that's slipping from me. It's one of my favorite Afterglow songs, too. But anyways, they end up writing that song. And, there's a music video associated with that song, too. That's what... I think because that was like celebrating the 2nd anniversary of the game. But anyways, I'm going off topic. When they were writing that song, you know, it was so late in the night during that summer party that they ended up seeing the sunrise again. And Mocha and Ran were the last 2 people awake. Ran was writing lyrics to the new song. And Mocha was talking with her. Mocha has this revelation while talking with Ran because of all that they went through in that storyline. So Mocha has this, like, internal monologue where she says, like... She says something along the lines of, like, she knows that Ran will eventually continue to grow into, like, an amazing musician. And that one day they won't be together anymore. Cause, like, she says something along the lines of, one day we won't be walking by your side because you'll be so far ahead of us that we can no longer continue to walk with you. she keeps it as an internal monologue, and like a tear comes to her eye, and Rand asks like, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "Oh, nothing. I'm so tired, you know." And she's like, plays it off as like a joke or whatever. But Mocha's like one of the most intelligent characters in the show, like hands down. Like I think they even mention it like as like. You know, someone who's so low, like, how do you have such good grades in school? Like, you're so lazy and everything. But, like, she keeps, like, her intelligence, like, to herself and everything. And, like, I don't know, it's a mark of, like, a truly great character. Like, Mocha, I think, like, is in top 3. I may or may not change that, but, like, I seriously think, like, especially with that instance, every time I think about that moment of that story, like it pulls on my heart because it's such a true and tragic journey that one day like your best friend will, you know, if they continue to be pushed in this direction, like one day, like, you know, you see the future and you recognize that things aren't gonna be like this forever. And it's so well expressed in that one moment. And it's only a couple sentences too, and it's like, oh, it's so good. Yeah, it's really well done. I mean, that part wasn't in the anime. It was in the mobile game, in one of the stories. Because the mobile game has its own, like, it continues the continuity of the anime and everything. But man, the writing throughout the series is really great. Himari's really good. I love Himari too. I mean, Tomoe's cool. I haven't really talked about Tomoe other than she's Ago's bigger sister, but Tomoe, I'll just go back to her 1 second because she's in Afterglow as well. She's the drummer. She I guess she wanted to be the drummer because she played the big drums for, like, the Japanese festival. I can't remember what they're called, but... was that one rhythm game with, like, the 2 sticks and the drum? She does that. And she's really passionate about, like, drumming and everything, too. And she gets, like, so hyped. She gets the whole band hyped. But sometimes, like, she butts heads with a lot of people because she has, like, this extreme personality. But she's still a really good character. Like, all these characters are freaking good. Like, god dang. Himari, she's kind of one note. She's supposed to be the band manager, but she's not, like, she tries her best, you know? She tries her best, and she tries to hype up the other characters, but they end up sandbagging her. And, like, I love how, like, Mocha, like, kind of, always has this running gag, because Himari's, like, really self-conscious about her weight. There's always this running gag with Mocha, like, telling her, like, oh, should you be eating these desserts? You know, what about your weight and everything? And she's like, no, don't tell me that! These desserts are really good! And, she's, like, one of the last characters to, like, even appreciate, like, she made a stuffed animal for everyone. She, like, hand-stitched it together for everyone. And it's, like, this crude little teddy bear looking thing. And, like, all the other characters are like, okay, we'll accept it, thank you, Himari. And she's like, yeah, guys! So she's silly. I love her dynamic with the other band members. Maybe herself, I'd probably put at a like, but in conjunction with the rest of the band, like, I love her. Like, I really can't separate these characters. Like, even not Tomoe. Sugumi. She's sugarific. If you guys don't know Bang Dream, but, like, Sugumi, she's sugarific, alright? That's all I can say about her, I guess. No, she's also, like, I think she tries harder than any of the other band members, because she's also, like, student council, like, president or student body president or something. She helps run her family's cafe, or I think Yeah, it's her family's cafe. And she's the freaking keyboardist in the band. She overworks herself. There's actually a point in the series where she overworks herself too much, and she ends up having to go to the hospital because she's been overworked so much. And that adds like a lot of drama to that particular storyline. But it brings them together more, which is awesome. Super conscientious? Yeah. I mean, a lot of characters are in this, to be honest. Oh my god. I don't know why I'm blanking on her name right now. Jeez. She's the fleeting one. She's fleeting. She's also the lead guitarist of Hello Happy World. Hang on. Why can't I remember her name right now? There's so many characters. I'm bad at names, by the way. You guys probably know this by now, but I'm really bad at remembering names sometimes, so the fact that I memorize most of these characters' names says good things about the series and how well versed I am in the characters. What the heck is her name again? This is Koru! Thanks, Google. Koru-san! Yes! She's a really fun character. Like, a lot of the characters in Bang Dream are really fun. Or, a lot of the characters in Hello Happy World, in particular, are really fun. Like, Misaki is the DJ of Hello Happy World. So she's, like, the guitarist. She's, like, very fabulous. Or, you know, she's very dramatic. Because she's, like, also a theater kid. And you find out later that her whole dramatized persona is a front. And she's actually, like, a really, like, shy individual. But she, like, created this, like, kind of character to play out to people. It's like putting on a mask, you know, because you're, like, she's like a theater kid, too. You know, she, like, loves drama. She loves Shakespeare. She quotes Shakespeare constantly. And she misquotes Shakespeare, too. Which adds a bit of, like, humor to it. Because she's like, do you even know, like, much of Shakespeare? Like, do you really? And she's always like, oh, hakanai. Hakanai. She's always saying, oh, life is so fleeting. It's like the fireworks. Hakanai. She's like that. That's her character. And it's entertaining. It's fun. It's really fun. And like all these characters, they're so like big. Like Agumi, she's super into sports. She's extremely energetic. She's the bassist. And like she's very orange too. Apparently she looks exactly like a Love Live character. I'm not familiar with the Love Live characters, but I looked them up side by side, and yeah, they both have orange hair, orange short hair and everything, and they're both like an energetic character. So they are very similar, but if you're more familiar with Love Live, I think that was Love Live. It was either that or like Idolmasters or something. But anyways, Agumi's fun. There's not a big much like okay. Hello Happy World, their aesthetic is very poignant in that they are just there to share smiles with the world and make people happy. That's why in the canon of the series, their music is very popular with children. And they end up playing like for shows for like, children and everything. And like the Kokoro, she's like all smiles. She never frowns. She literally always smiles. Agumi is someone who always wants to smile as well, but sometimes like things like get out of control for her and like she ends up like not knowing what to do. But she's like, I think she's like the captain of her softball team or something. or baseball team? I can't remember. But she loves sports, and she loves, like, motivating other people. And, yeah, she's, like, a really cool character. She also works for, her family's butcher. Her family's, her mom and dad own a butchery, I think? And they're mostly known for, these potato things. I can't remember what they're called, but they're, like, the fried mashed potatoes, pretty much. I've had them before. They're delicious. But I can't remember what they're called at the top of my head. But they're really good. Their family, is known for that. I love Canon. I really love Canon. She's my favorite, from Hello Happy World. She's the drummer. She's also a Dandere, so that would probably, show you why I love her. She is the only member of the entirety of Hello Happy World who recognizes that Misaki and Michelle are two separate, are the same people. They're not two separate beings. So like, Misaki has to rely on Canon sometimes to, it's for, like, emotional support sometimes when, like, being in Michelle is, like, too overwhelming for her and she needs, like, someone to actually talk to. She's like, oh, Kokoro, you're a lifesaver, please. It's so hot in this mascot costume. And her voice is pure. Like, they have a song called, I think it's called something tumbly step or something. Hang on. I need to get this song right, because this is it's a very particular song. Wacha Macha Patan Kukushubudubudu, whatever that says. I think it translates to, like, stumbly tumbly sugar step or something like that. Huh? Alright, maybe I'm confusing it, but that song in particular, it came out on an event that, it was one of my favorite, like, Hello Happy World events, too. Aside from the Phantom Thief ones, the Phantom Thief is, like, really cool. Jesus Christ, why am I forgetting her name again? Drama lady. She has this persona sometimes. There's this character that she puts on called the Phantom Thief. And she gets all the other members to, like, go on, like, some kind of scavenger hunt or something to, like, stop the Phantom Thief. But, you know, it's obviously her, and obviously Kokoro is the only one who can tell that it's her, and no one else. Misaki can tell too, but, you know, Hagumi and Kokoro, they're like, who's this Phantom Thief? Who's this mysterious person? But in this in particular one with that song, Kokoro, or not Kokoro, Canon was, like, the main character in that storyline, and they're at an aquarium, and a penguin, like, escapes or something, and she goes on, like, a mini adventure trying to, like, save the penguin, and she ends up becoming best friends with the penguin, and it's, like, so cute. And, like, they have, like, that song that goes along with it, and it's, like, it's probably my favorite Hello Happy World song, because it's got, like, a killer bass line, and then, like, she adds vocals, so she does, like, a duet with Kokoro, because Kokoro's, like, the front woman, right? But she's, like, the drummer. But she adds her vocals to that song, and I don't know, her voice is, like, so pure, like, especially when she's singing. It's such a nice song. It's so smooth with, like, the bass line, and then her voice added to it. It's so incredible. Hina I like. I used to kind of be neutral with her, but I like her now. This is Pastel Palace territory. Hina, I didn't really care for at first because she's a genius, right? She is stated constantly in the series that she's like this huge genius and she's super smart, and anything that she does, she gets good at. She ends up becoming like student body president and everything. And yeah, she like represents her entire school. And she's like head of the astronomy club. So she likes stars and stuff. And that's cool and all, but she is very... Let me try to watch it. You know, where the first season is on Crunchyroll. The first season only has Poppin' Party as it's like just their story. Season 2 is when they start like adding all the other characters, and I think season 2 is also on Crunchyroll. Season 3 is on High Dive, which is like Sentai Filmworks streaming service. So good luck trying to watch season 3, but I highly recommend watching season 3 if you can. If you can pirate it somewhere, you know. No, shh. I didn't say that. I didn't say that one. But yeah, Crunchyroll definitely has like the first season, I'm pretty sure. I don't know that for a fact right now, but definitely like if you are interested, like check it out. Cause like the character dynamics and like the storylines and the writing like get really good. Like especially in season 3. Season 3 is like the best season. But anyways, I didn't like her at first because she seemed like very impersonal. Like she was very... how do I put it? She almost seemed sociopathic. Like she only cared... She didn't really care about other people. She didn't have... That's it. She didn't really have a lot of empathy. She does not come off as a character with a lot of empathy. She's like... Oh, look, if I'm so good at this thing, why aren't you good at this? Like, it's so simple. It's easy. You know, and she doesn't really relate to anyone because I guess that's kind of like what it means to be a genius, but I don't really like the term genius for personal reasons that I can't really get into. But like she doesn't really like Asperger's. Maybe she does have Asperger's, who knows? But the only thing that she's like really interested, she's like a happy person and everything. The thing that drives her is her intrigue. She's like, ooh, this looks exciting, this looks interesting. Oh, you're like this when this happens. How interesting. She's always like kind of like has this like everything's an experiment to her or something, you know? Everything's like a test subject or whatever. Maybe that's why she's like painted as like maybe has like a high IQ in like science. Obviously a high IQ because she's straight up called like a genius throughout the show. Maybe she like her field of study would be in science because, you know, she's like head of the astronomy club and everything. But she has like a catchphrase that's like, oh, that's so boopin' or boppin', whatever you want to say, because like, you know, like in Japanese she's like Loo or something like that. That's like her freaking thing, but it's written as like boopin'. It's so boopin'. Everything's so boopin'. But I kind of grew to like the character after a little bit of character development with her, because she just seemed like just this one-note character that has no empathy when it comes to other people. Because of her big sister. Which her big sister, I'll just go ahead and put her big sister in love. Her big sister is a Sayo. Or, actually, they're not really like bigger or smaller or little sisters. I think she was just born first. They're twins, actually. They're supposed to be identical twins. And, her love for her sister is, like, so huge. And Sayo, she's kind of, like, tries to do her own thing. But it ends up putting a wedge in their relationship because she continuously compared herself to her other sister, who was much more talented and could easily pick up anything. And she ended up despising her sister because of that. And she became the guitarist for Roselia because it was the only thing that her sister didn't do. And what made me like really upset about Hina at first was because Sayo became a guitarist, so did Hina. And not only did she become a guitarist, she became a really good guitarist really quickly and was signed on to an idol label, which was Pastel Pellets. And like, that kind of like didn't really sit well with me at first because like, even with Sayo, like she resented her sister for doing that. Cause like, you know, how could you? This was like the only thing that like separated me from you. The only thing that I was good at that you never did. And now you are doing it too, but you're trying to be better than me. Like, it felt like this really huge, like, sibling conflict. But at the end of the day, like, they finally got together, because, like, Hina still loved Sayo. She didn't even know why Sayo was upset with her, because, you know, she's, like, not very empathetic person or whatever. But Sayo, like, ended up, like, actually talking with Hina and, like, telling her about, like, these things, like, that she had, like, problems with the relationship, and, like, how she, like, it always seemed like she was trying to one-up her sister, right? So she, like, just confronted her about it, and, like, Hina was, you know, clarified that, no, this, you know, the reason why I do these things is because, you know, I love you so much, and I want, you know, I kind of want to be you, you know? Because you are such an amazing figure in my life. You know, so Hina actually looks up to Sayo, where Sayo always compared to herself to her own twin sister, like, I will never be as good as my twin sister. Like, her sister, like, idolized her. Like, she's the most important person in her life. And so, like, it brought the relationship together again. And also, they both love potatoes. They love French fries. And I love French fries too, so they're cool in my book. Normally, Sayo, when they first introduced Sayo, I would kind of say I liked her because she's very like, she's very serious, and she does not like, she did not get along with Akko at all at first because she was so serious and strict, and she needed to be perfect in every way. But when they developed her character more and like showed why she was that serious, is because she wants to like be good at this thing that because she's not good at anything else. She feels like this is the only thing that she's good at, and she needs to be perfect, otherwise she's a nobody. And I don't know, I love that characteristic so much, even though it's like so heartbreaking to like think about and everything. I don't know, she's a good character. How they've developed her and everything, she turned into a great character in my book. Back to Pastel Pellets! Aya. I love Aya. She's honestly one of my favorite characters. She is this character who, like, strived her entire life to become an idol, and she's finally getting her big break with Pastel Pellets. And, it was so tragic, like, the first time you're introduced to this band in the game, they tell you, like, how the bands were, like, developed and everything. They were, obviously, because they're an idol group, they were brought together by, like, an idol organization. So, like, none of the band members knew each other. But, like, they were doing, like, this new thing where it's like, oh, wow, this is gonna be, like, a new idol group, you know, we're gonna put you guys together, but you guys are gonna play your own instruments. But their very first showcase, they didn't know how to play instruments yet, because it was so... because they were so far from different things, you know? Hina could, because she picked up the guitar real quick. Chisato, she didn't, because she was, she was a child actor, so that's why she was brought onto the band. Evie was a model, that's why she was brought on, so she didn't play. Maya was brought on as a temp, but because she was a temp, she could play the drums already, so she already knew. And Aya, all she does is sing and dance, right? So she knows how to do that stuff already. But their very first performance, because not all the members could play their instruments yet, they had a backing track instead of like actually playing the music. And like during their very first premiere performance, the backing track messes up, and like she is so heart torn because this is her very first like debut. Like she could sing and everything, but like all the media surrounding it was like, oh, this idol band is fake, you know, they were just put together and none of them can actually play their own instruments. And it took so long for them to like come out and showcase that actually we can play our own instruments. You know, it was just the organization's like it was their call to make the backing track for the first performance. But ever since then, like they kind of like the organization was almost about to shut down the entire project completely. But Aya petitioned so hard and tried so hard, even standing out in the rain, handing out flyers to people who passed by. Because she's so passionate about, like, finally becoming an idol. She didn't want it to let it go. But, you know, that's kind of where Chisato comes in. Chisato, I used to really dislike her. I'm kind of neutral, honestly, about her now. Because, she's, like, a very selfish, single-minded, closed-minded, all about herself kind of individual. Because she's, like, a child actor and everything. And she needs, like, everything to be, like, proper. And if nothing is proper, then she doesn't like it. And they butted heads. Her and Aya butted heads all the time at the beginning of their relationship. You know, their band coming together and everything. Because Chisato saw this character Aya as this, like, starry-eyed child who doesn't know anything about how the real world works, or how, like, you know, media is presented, and like all these showcases of like all this Hollywood stuff that I've been a part of. Like, you don't know what it's like out there. But like, she kind of pushes Aya in the direction of like finding out things about herself and what it means to like really become an idol. And I always appreciated Chisato for that. I never liked her attitude though. She's the bassist, right? I never liked her attitude because of how pristine and proper she was, and like she was also like a character who like has a lot of internal monologues that we as the readers can like, or the viewers can like see. You know, we hear her internal monologues, her thoughts, but she keeps them quiet, and she's really judgmental. She's an extremely judgmental person, so I think she's still kind of like my least favorite character, but I used to really dislike her. I used to hate her, but now she's kind of like redeemed in my book, because she's actually had character growth. Normally with a character like that, I never see real character growth happen, so that's why I'm like, oh, this character's like super judgmental, she'll never like grow or anything. But there was one story in Bang Dream in the mobile game that showcased like her actual personality and how stressed out she is almost all the time, because like, you know, she grew up as like this child actress and never really got to experience like real like human emotions or empathy, because she's always told to keep her emotions in check and keep them, you know, internalize all these things. And in one moment she like completely blows up, and like it catches everyone off guard, and throughout the entire story she's exploring herself and like, why is she like this, why did that happen? And it turns out, like, she has a lot of herself that she hides away and masks. Like, just like, her best friend over here. Haru, right? Haru. I think it's Haru, right? I don't know why I'm, like, blanking on her name so much. Koru! Jesus Christ. Koru and, Chisato are childhood friends because, like, I can't remember why they're childhood friends, but they're both actors, you know. Koru was in theater. Chisato was in film, right? And they were both, like, friends at an early age. They both ended up getting into acting and both adopting these personas. Where, like, Chisato's, like, this, like, you know, what you would imagine, like, a posh Hollywood celebrity would be. So that's always how Chisato has been, but you grow to realize that's a personality that she adopted, being in that environment, being a child actor and everything. So, like, I don't know. Her character has been redeemed a little bit in my heart, but she still acts like that sometimes. She's still like, oh my god, Aya-chan, how are you like this? And Aya's just, like, trying her best, you know? Aya's also, like, a big crybaby, too, so I resonate with Aya so much. She's one of, like, okay, PAREO, #1 person that I resonate with. Aya and Akko are, like, the two, like, you know, second place. They kind of, like, they dance around, you know? Because, like, Aya's, like, the starry-eyed, like, optimistic person who always wants to, like, strive to be better, but she gets emotional. She's a crybaby sometimes. And Akko is just like, she's like this super cute person who like loves cool things. She's like, oh man, that's super cool, and she likes to like, you know, play around and mess around and have fun. It's like I resonate with those like 3 characters in the series in particular. But PAREO is like my #1, and we'll get to her. Like, I'll save her for the end. Maya. I love Maya as well. Maya's a geeky otaku girl. She loves sound equipment, especially. She's also friends with Karu. Cause she's also in theater, but she's in tech. So she works in the technical side of theater. But she was hired on as a temp drummer. Because they didn't have, like, a spot for, like, the drummer yet. The organization or whatever. She was only supposed to be a temp. And then it wasn't until, like, Aya, like, actually convinced them, like, oh, you know, Maya, you're actually, like, really pretty. You can play the drums extremely well. Why don't you just become, like, the full member? And, like, at first she was, like, very adamant about, like, no, I don't want that. You know, I don't want to be in the spotlight or anything. I'm not that pretty. You know, I'm just like this geek. I prefer to stay behind the scenes and everything. But like with enough convincing, she was like fortunate enough, like since the organization that like manages the band and everything, they weren't really adamant about like keeping the project going after the first failed attempt. So they just like gave it the green light. They're like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. But like she ended up becoming like one of like the more favorites when it came to like the people who like in the universe who watch Pastel Palettes and like their music and stuff. She ended up becoming one of the favorites because like she can also relate to like the fans and everything because she's like this otaku kind of like nerdy chick, and like people resonated with that in the universe, you know. There's a lot of character growth and development, especially if you play the mobile game, because there's a lot of stories, and like I think every month, or there used to be like that. I don't know because I haven't played it recently, but every month there's like a new story. So like they're always adding new things, and that's why they keep adding new bands too. Because originally it was only like 5 bands, right? But there's 7 bands here. Currently, I think there's about 9 bands. So they keep adding more characters, and like there's actual like development in the characters. And one of the things that I love and like am saddened by the series is like characters actually graduate in the series. Like just recently, like some of the characters ended up graduating from high school, and you know, you don't know. I mean, I don't know. You know, maybe Bushiroad, the company who makes Bang Dream, knows the future of Bang Dream, but honestly, myself, I don't know what the future of Bang Dream's gonna look like, because with characters graduating, does that mean like eventually some of these characters are going to separate from their bands and like they're not gonna make music anymore? Is that gonna happen? Because I can see that might possibly happening in the future, and it's sad and scary to think about, you know, because I've grown up, like everyone who watches this and have grown with the series have like grown to love each of these characters, and to see some of them like, you know, graduate, it's like disheartening. Even Aya, her voice actress, and you know, she was the singer and everything. There was a point where she stepped down from her role, and it was probably like the most disheartening news I've ever heard from this series. Cause like, okay, Lisa and Rinko have both had their actors replaced. Rinko's voice actor, the second voice actor, she sounds totally different, but I think I like her voice better than the first voice actress. They both had to leave, and but now I love like the new Rinko. I even follow her on Instagram, and she has good taste in music too, and she can play the piano, so they play all the live shows together and stuff. Aya though, she was the front woman of Pastel Palettes, and she is not only like one of the lead singers and one of the main characters from the series, in turn, but she worked a lot with Bushiroad, like in the promotion and everything. She did all the podcasts. She would be hosting of all the podcasts and stuff. And to hear like that she would have potentially like that she was dropping out because due to health concerns too. It wasn't like anything like, you know, I'm tired of this role or anything. It was due to health concerns, which is what Lisa and Rinko, their original voice actors, had to leave because of health concerns as well. So I, as a voice actor, like, hearing that news, like, made me cry. Like, back then. Because, like, you could tell that the voice actress really cared deeply for her role, too. Because a really cool thing about Bang Dream is, like, some of the voice talent that they get for these characters, they add a bit of realism to them because they kind of like reflect some of the things that, okay, Otai. Cool thing about Otai, another reason why I love her, is the voice actress was not a voice actress. Some of these characters were not even voice actresses to begin with this series. And she was a street performer. She would play guitar on the street. And she got scouted by the series. In the anime, Otai started out as a street performer, playing guitar and everything. Aya, her voice actress, saw... Oh, and you can see, you can watch videos of her on stage and talking about, like, the character herself. That she resonates so much with Aya. Because it's almost a reflection of herself, because they wrote it, like, specifically... They wrote this character specifically for her, as someone who wanted to be, like, an idol and everything. And the struggles that it took, and the steps that it took to, like, finally meet her dream. Yeah, it can be very grueling, and especially with all the members on here, because they're not... they're not just doing voice acting, they're also like singing, and they're playing instruments, and they're touring, and they're doing podcasts and interviews and stuff. There's so much that goes into this series. It's nuts. But all the music is like fantastic. All the characters are brilliant, and all the cast members have nothing but good things to say about. They're I'm pretty sure like the majority of like the cast members are happy working on Bang Dream because it's been a very successful franchise, of course, but at the same time it's been like they work with the writers too sometimes, where like I said, Aya and Otai, they're almost like reflections of like the band member or the cast members themselves. Like even Akko, like Akko's voice actress, I don't think she had pigtails in her hair before this role, but now she does. And when she's playing the drums, you can tell she's having a great time. There was one moment in that was really, really sad. That it happened like way early on because Lisa, her voice actress, was getting replaced because, you know, due to health concerns, as I mentioned. And they put on one show. They put on one show where they played their song Kiseki or Kiseki. I don't know how you pronounce it really. Kiseki, something like that. And it's a very, like, slow, melodic, emotional song. About... The lyrics are about... two people separating, but knowing it's not the end. And it's the last song that they recorded with her original voice actress. And when they played it live... You could see Akko's voice actress, like, bawling. Like, she's, like, straight up, like, crying while playing the drums. And, like, it shows how much, like, they're not only, like, cast members, they become friends, and they become band members, too. So it's very moving. It's extremely moving to see that. And, like, how sometimes if you, like, follow them on, like, social media or whatever, they just end up hanging out just because they're friends, you know? Like, especially, like, Yukina and Sayo, like, their voice actresses, they're like best friends. They're, like, best friends, and Sayo's voice actress, for being, like, such a stern, serious character, she is so funny in real life. She is hilarious in real life. Like, man, hang on. I want to find this, picture real quick. There's a famous picture with, the two voice actors hanging out. And it's probably one of the funniest pictures I've seen of, like, two voice actresses hanging out together. Man, I don't know if I can find it, though. Hang on. See, look, they hang out in real life. Look. There's the two characters, and then there are in real life. Like, oh yeah, I love that so much. And now Google's screwing up because I did that for some reason. I don't know. How can I find that picture? Oh my god. I know I used to have it on my phone. I think it was on my old phone though. Oh man, I really want to find that picture. Yeah, maybe it's on the subreddit. Like, I think it's like one of the tops, right? Top... all time, maybe? Okay, there's this picture of the voice actress eating French fries. Just like the character would. So that you can tell like how much they love these characters, because like sometimes they just like do things like this. Oh my god, are they Disney? Disney? They got the mouse ears. That's Roselia right there. Oh my god. Man, where's that one image? This is one particular image that's like one of my favorite images I've ever seen. Like, I love her. She's just chill, just hanging out in the back. Like they redrew her like that. Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute and funny too. Like you can tell that they have a lot of fun. Every time they take group pictures, she's just hanging out in the background. She's just like. And this is Yukina's voice actress, like, looking at Lisa's voice actress, like, huh? What are you doing? Oh my god, I love I freaking love Bing Dream so much, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know this is, like, the entirety of the stream, me just, like, talking to, like, oh, Bang Dream. Oh, wow, Bang Dream, guys. Guys, watch Bang Dream. But, you know, I'm dressed as the character. I'm dressed as the Bang Dream character. This is probably the only time I'll be streaming, like, me gushing over the series. Because I love this series so much. And I can't freaking find this one picture. Please tell me it's still around. Like, seriously, I need to find this picture. I need to find this picture now. I'm going to go mad if I don't find this picture. I am flipping out. Because it was like a... It showcased both like the characters and like the voice actresses, like their dynamics like perfectly. That's great to hear enthusiasm. Yeah. I used to be super into this series, even more than I am now. The reason I kind of got out of it was because it is a gacha game with like dailies and everything, and I was super like, I'm not like the most competitive person or anything. But I was super adamant about staying in like the top 1,000, because I was in the top 1,000 like all throughout like the time I was playing Bang Dream. I would always make top 1,000, and for a thumb player too, like that's the thing. Like for this rhythm game, like people are categorized by thumb players and tablet users. I was always a thumb player on my smartphone. The really competitive people would use tablets and like use their fingers for all the notes, but I would always use thumbs. I was always a thumb player. And to be in the top 1,000, not just in the top 1,000, but like most of the time I was in the top 500 in the worldwide release, which this game had like millions of downloads. I think it was like, I think it might still be the top rhythm game on the market. Bang Dream. It has over 5 million downloads. Just the worldwide release. To be someone like, to be that high, like 5 million users. 5 million, around 5 million people playing that. And I was within the top 1,000. But it took so much time. It took up so much of my free time, like insane amount of free time. I didn't have much free time, to be honest. Like, whenever I had free time, I would just play Bang Dream, you know? And, like, when I started, doing my YouTube channel and doing other things, I kind of ran out of free time, and I couldn't really dedicate a lot of time to Bang Dream. So, like, I stopped doing Bang Dream, and that wasn't the only, that literally wasn't the only daily game that I had, and I reached the end. Are you serious? I reached the end of, like, the top result of all time, and I couldn't find it. So yeah, I couldn't dedicate any more time to, Bang Dream, and I couldn't really dedicate a lot of time to any of the other daily games that I had, because, like, I don't know, it was all taking up too much time. Like, way too much time that I could be spending, like, either with the people I was with, or, you know, like, relaxing, watching movies, or anything else. So I ended up dropping, a lot of the dailies that I ended up doing, and Bang Dream was one of them, because Bang Dream took up a lot of my time. And it's bringing one aspect that I'm not, like, spending so much time on something like that, because, you know, I don't know. It's more like a mental health thing, I suppose. Where it's more of a healthy thing, too. I think it's just more of a healthy thing. Also, I can't find that. Can't find that. So to find time after you start a career. Yeah, exactly. Ugh. But, I still love Bang Dream, like, as a series, in general. I know I have more to say about that, but I'm kind of losing my mind at the time, so I just want to hurry up and, finish this tier list. Just a second. What? Hang on. I got a notification from Twitch. I don't understand what this means. Oh, okay. No, I don't care about that, Twitch. I just wanted to make sure nothing bad was going on in the stream, or whatever. Alright. Evie! Evie's really cool. I like her. I don't necessarily love her. She's another kind of, like, one-notey character in the series. She plays keyboard for Pastel Pellets, and she's actually one of, I think, the only foreign person. She's from I think she's from Finland. I think she's from Finland in the series, and she was a very famous model in Finland. She's probably one of the I think she's considered the tallest member, one of the tallest. From obviously in Pastel Palettes, but in Bang Dream in general, I think she's one of the tallest because she's, you know, she's a foreigner, she's from Finland. But she's kind of an otaku too. Her niche otaku thing that she's super into is old Bushido Japanese movies and stuff, and she loves samurais and things, and she came to Japan wanting to experience some of that stuff, not really aware that that's not really how Japan looks anymore. So but she still has, like, she still, like, tells people, like, you know, bring the Bushido spirit with you and everything. She's, like, very positive, like, very lighthearted and everything, but she's very one note. And, like, you know, her whole bit is, like, oh, she's the Bushido character, you know? But she's still fun. I still like her. I never disliked her or anything, like Chisato. I love Yukina. Yukina is another, like, very serious character. But I ended up liking her from the beginning. She's, like, kind of like a Kudere kind of character, where she has, like, no emotion. She just wants to showcase, like, Roselia will be the best band ever. And you find out, like, through, like, the very first, storyline, is that her reason for... One, she has, like, an amazing voice, and she always had an amazing voice. She wanted to impress her father, because her father was a famous musician back in the day. And her father never ended up going to a specific Japanese festival. I can't remember which festival it is. Finns are pretty tall. Not quite as tall as the Dutch. Oh, okay. I was like, fish fins? Yeah, that's probably why they made her a tall character. But Yukino wanted to, do what her father never had the opportunity to do, which was be a successful enough band in, to be able to, like, tour in, like, the biggest Japanese concert, like, festival. And she wanted her band to be a part of that, so she, like, scouted, like, Sayo, because, you know, she heard her play and she thought she was adequate enough, I suppose. Rinko, she was scouted in particular because she was, an amazing keyboardist. You know, she was already talented enough. She's already won awards for her piano playing skills. Lisa was her best friend. And she could play the bass. So, you know, she was already, playing instruments and everything. Then Akko, I already mentioned why Akko was recruited. But she almost wasn't at first because she didn't meet the expectations that Yukina had. And, you know, Sayo didn't think Akko was taking the band seriously enough. So she was almost kicked out at the beginning, but she ended up, like, coming back. And, now they're inseparable. But at the beginning, Yukina only wanted, her band just to be a good band. She didn't care about the members at all. She just wanted to focus on her dream vision of becoming a popular band. But, like, getting to know them and everything, she starts having a heart for them. And early on, she's actually asked, if she wants to... She's actually scouted, for another band, if she wanted to be the lead vocals for them. And it was a huge, like, thing, because, like, oh wow, this is, like, the big break I've been waiting for. I wanted to, like, be the front woman of, like, a band that can actually lead me to the trajectory of getting to this, like, #1 spot that I want. Like, I want this fame, and I want to impress my dad, you know? But she has, like, this dilemma, because she's, like, growing attached to her, like, fellow band members, and she has, like, this whole breakdown of, like, is this, like, right to do? And, like, Roselia almost falls apart, but she ends up coming back to Roselia after talking to her good friend Lisa. And, like, calming down and, like, you know, rejecting it and just telling the people who, like, tried scouting her that, like, Roselia is gonna be better. Roselia is gonna be the best band ever. And they are. And I think they actually, after I stopped playing, one of the stories was they actually went and, did the concert that, like, was, Yukina's goal from the beginning. And, like, you know, making her dad proud and everything, which is, like, so awesome. I'm going to, kind of breeze through Morphonica, cause that was around the time where I stopped, playing Bang Dream so much. I know, obviously, about Roselia and everything. I know a little bit about Morphonica because of the anime. I know these people more from the anime. All these girls from the anime. But I don't know much about Morphonica because I dropped out of playing the game, like, religiously. So I'm just gonna go real quick through them. I don't even know all their names. So forgive me for being a little ignorant of Morphonica. They have some good music, though. If there's one thing that I still follow in Bang Dream, it's the music. Hands down. The music, I try to watch all the anime. I still need to finish It's My Go. I only watched, like, the first episode. And I've seen clips every now and then, but I still need to watch, that. It's like the spin-off. It's like the next generation of Bang Dream. Is happening right now. And, It's My Go had one, and... what was it? Ave Musica is supposed to have their animation come out. I'm not sure if it's out yet or not. I still need it. I haven't watched anime in a while, but anyways. So, Morphonica, the lead singer. Can't remember her name. I like her, though. She is, I know that she's, like, a very imaginative person, and it's always in her head, constantly. But, the other members, like, you know, try to, like, bring up her confidence and get her out of her shell more. Because she's, like, an amazing singer. And, like, you know, she's very, like, not the most confident at first. Like, you know, she's kind of shy. But, you know, she comes out and, like, you know, people love it. People love her. She's the guitarist. I really like her guitar. Her guitar is the coolest in the series because it's a flying V. It's not only a flying V, but it's a black flying V. And it looks so cool. She looks so cool playing it. Even playing it live, too. She plays, like, the flying V, like, the actress who plays her. There's, like, a Gyru archetype. I don't know much about her at all, pretty much. I know she's, like, a social media influencer. That's all I really know. One thing I do know, however, her voice actress is the same voice actress as Marin from My Dress Up Darling. People like to make that comparison a lot because they're both Gyru characters. And, you know, My Dress Up Darling became super popular. So if you didn't know, Marin's voice actress can play the freaking guitar. She plays on stage and everything. Like, there's this one, I think it was, this one live recording of them playing Bloom Bloom. Their song Bloom Bloom. And it has this epic freaking introduction. Like with the violin and everything. It's so beautiful and it's raining that day too. So like, and it's an outdoor venue. So like the rain is falling and like she's playing this violin and it's like, oh my god, so cool. And then she comes out with the flying V guitar and like starts rocking it. And it's like, that's like one of the coolest moments I've ever seen like recorded. When it comes to like, no, I guess kind of music in general, I don't know. This character, I think she is the bassist, right? Yeah, she's the bassist. I don't really know, or is she the rhythm guitar? I don't know. I don't know much about Morphonica, but I like her, but I don't know why I like her. She's a strange character. That's probably why I like her. She's very strange. I know, like, that's all I know about her personality is she likes to collect weird things. And she's a very weird person who just wants to be normal. Her character introduction. So all the characters have, like, little introductions where they sit center frame and they tell you a little bit about themselves. Her character introduction, she's like over here, and she gives you her introduction, and then at the end of her introduction, she's like talking to the person behind the camera, and she's like, what am I doing over here? Is this not normal? Like, she's funny. I know she's a silly character, and I want to know more about her if I play more of like Bang Dream or like, you know, experience more of the story in the future. Like I said, they're a very new band, so like all their character dynamics haven't really been exposed as much as these other bands have. especially not in like the animation or anything. I wish they had their own their series. They had a limited series, Morphonica. I think it was called Morphonication. But it was only 2 episodes. It was only 2 episodes long. I wish they had like more so we could like know the characters more, because I'm very interested in them. This is the drummer. I think she's supposed to be the leader of the band, the leader, but she's also like the shortest. But she doesn't like to be considered young or anything, because of how short she is and everything, you know. She gets really, she really dislikes it when someone like refers to her like as a young child or something. That's as far as I know. She is an older sister, but she's like this, compared to everyone else, she's just this cute little thing behind the drums and everything. And it's like, she's cute and everything, but she tries her best not to be cute. She's like she's like the manager of the group, but you know, she can't help but like just be like this cute little girl who you want to give her head pats, unfortunately. So like there's that dilemma with her. That's all I know about her, and I do like that dynamic. I wish I knew more about her though. Rui! This is the only character in Morphonica that I know the name of her, because Rui is awesome. I love her character so much. I'd almost put her at the top 3, as little as I know about her, even. She's another very serious type person, but she is like overtly serious. Like, she doesn't understand the concept of having fun. And so the other members have to like get her to understand why are we going to the mall, you know? Why are we doing these things? You know, why aren't we just practicing, you know? Wouldn't it be more time efficient for the band if we practiced? And they're like, no, we're like bonding. This is like a bonding experience. And she's like, I see. I will allow this. And she ends up like going out with them and everything. And she's beautiful too. Her character, like, Bandori. Like, she's so pretty. She is so freaking pretty. Like, look at her. And she plays the violin. She's the first character in the series to play the violin. And that is awesome, because violin is one of my favorite instruments. Like, she is so cute and so freaking pretty. Like, she is gorgeous. I love her. And, like, her voice actress. Her voice actress was already known as, like, a popular violinist. She looks just like her. She looks just like her. She looks just like her. And I'm like, are you serious? She's real, you know? She's not as like stoic or serious as her character, but they just modeled the character after the voice actress. She is freaking beautiful, and she is so talented. Like, listening to like her violin playing is like so beautiful. Like, I love her. Yeah, very elegant, and I just love that aesthetic. I love Rui just because like she's beautiful, she plays beautifully. She's awesome. But now we're going last band. Last 5 girls. Oh my god, I've been talking forever. Masking. Masking is the drummer for Praise the Soylent. Oh my god. I really love Masking. At first, she's like a very strange and mysterious character at first, right? She's like, I mean, just look at her. Hang on. She's got, like I can't remember what this style is called, right? Hang on. I think, oops. Not that website. I'm pretty sure, they'll show, like, Sukeban? Is that it? Yeah, she has like the Sukeban aesthetic of like, you know, the tough girls with like the bats and the mask and like the long skirts instead of the short skirts. Like that's straight up her aesthetic and everything, right? And she's like a tough girl. She rides a motorcycle. Her father is like owns a ramen shop and everything. She's really cool. And like you don't know much about her and everything. But like when you the more you like they explore the character throughout the series, the more you realize she has like a pure heart and everything, and she loves cute things. Her favorite thing is like looking at something and going like with like a serious face, like and like freaking people out like, oh, she has a scary face, and she's like kawaii. she's so awesome. And like she becomes friends with Locke, who's like, Locke is a great character. She's the guitarist of the band. She's the last one to get recruited. She's also a Dandere character. So she's like really scared of masking at first, because masking is very intimidating of a person. But masking just looks at Locke and goes like, she's so cute. Look at the cute thing. And they end up like becoming like throughout the series like closer together, and like Locke fears her a lot less, and like masking just loves being around her because she's so cute to her. I love the dynamic between the two, because they're so night and day from each other that like you wouldn't expect these two to get along, but like they're almost like a buddy cop like kind of thing where like, oh, one's straight edge and one's the funny guy or whatever. Not exactly like that, but you know, they have that kind of dynamic between the two of them, and it's really cute and fun. I don't know, and freaking Locke, oh my god! Out of all the guitarists in the series, one, she is expressly shown to be the most talented guitarist in the universe of Bang Dream. In the franchise, right? But even like if you watch them live and like hear the music and stuff, she shreds like no other. There are a lot of characters in this, like Mocha, Otae obviously is a really talented guitarist, and Otae in the series is actually scouted for Raises Soylent before Locke joined, because Locke was very shy. Like she wanted to play music because she was inspired by Poppin' Party. So Poppin' Party is like her favorite band of all time, and then she actually meets the band, the girls in the band, and becomes friends with them and everything. And she's like really shy. She doesn't like attention or anything, but she wants to be in a band because she used to practice guitar on her own and everything. The first time you ever hear her play guitar in the series, she's doing it to like stall for time, because Poppin' Party Otae is running late because Poppin' Party is about to like perform a concert for the school festival, and she grabs a guitar to stall for time, and she's like, everyone, like look at this, listen to this, and she like brings out the guitar and she like lays down the she just freaking shreds. And it is insane. It was like a huge, like, awesome solo. And it like blew everyone away. And that's how she like ended up getting scouted by Choo Choo for Raises Soylent. So that's the reason why she's there. But like the voice actress can play like that in real life too. Like it's incredible. And like she does like this little dance while she's playing too. So she like does this little kick dance while she plays the guitar. And it's like really fun. Layer's awesome. She looks like a freaking Dami mommy too. Like she wears this like leather jacket. She's got this dark hair. She's like tall. She's got the combat boots on. And like she looks like she can kick ass. And she does on stage. She's awesome. Her voice is very like a lot of female singers are known for like a more soprano voice, but she has a more alto voice, and she rocks. And she plays the bass. She's the only front woman out of these ones, out of these 7. I think. No, I think she is still like the only front woman who plays the bass while singing. So she's a bass. She plays bass and is the front woman. And she's amazing live too. She is freaking amazing. She's another character that that the series like kind of based like the background of the character on the real person. And oh, she's just really cool. She's a really cool character, and she's like, she doesn't have a hostile bone in her body, I don't think. Like she looks like like a character who would be like someone like scary or like hostile, but she's like very sweet and very genuine too. That's like one thing about like the character. She's like extremely genuine. If she doesn't like something, she'll like let you know, but let you know in like a gentle way too, because she's also like a caring person. And yeah, I just really like the character. You know, she just brings like amazing dynamic to just how tough she looks on stage too. Really brings the spirit of Racist Soylent forward. Which brings me to Choo Choo. I love Choo Choo. She's my girl. It's not really, but like PAREO and Choo Choo. Oh my god. It's one of my favorite relationships in any anime. Because like Choo Choo, her backstory is she came from a mom and dad who were both extremely talented musicians, and her mom pushed her so hard into becoming a talented musician like her. She was known for the violin, like, right? So her mom was like a master savant at playing the violin. She would play the violin herself to sold out shows in theaters and fancy theaters. So she's like really rich and everything. And Choo Choo growing up and being forced into like learning these instruments and everything, she couldn't like keep up with it, and she didn't have like the right talent, I guess, to like meet the expectations of her parents. And it was very strict expectations too. So she was trying to play the piano, but she would like fail competitions and everything. Even though her mom supported her all the way, it kind of like gave her like a bitter edge to like the music industry. So like her thought, like with the amount of money that like is at her disposal and everything, because like how rich her parents are, she was going to produce the world's greatest band. She wanted to become the number one. She wanted this band to become the number one band of all time. So she herself was going to be the DJ and producer and manager and everything. She took it on all herself, scouted the talent like systematically herself. Like, I need this person in my band, and I will stop at nothing to get this person in my band. Originally, she wanted Yukina to be part of Racist Soylent as the lead singer. But Yukina turned her down because she was already part of Rosalia. And Choo Choo hated freaking Yukina for that. Because she loved Yukina's voice and just wanted her to be a part of the thing that she was building. But Yukina said, sorry, like, I'm already in Rosalia and we're going to be a bigger band than you will ever be. And she took it to heart. Like, she becomes the main antagonist of the second 2 seasons. Seasons 2 and 3, Choo Choo's like the main antagonist, pretty much. But you get to hear her backstory as to why she's like that. She's like super hot-headed, but it's also funny because she's like the shortest member. She's the shortest character in the series too. She is so freaking short, but she's like a she's like a hothead too. Yes, there's a lot of rivalry between Choo Choo and a lot of like the other people who are just there to like make music, because Choo Choo wants to be like the biggest and best band ever, and she wants to stop at nothing to like make that happen. And anyone who gets in her way or like rubs her the wrong way will feel her wrath, as she would put it. But it's also like cool, like her character, the voice actress, actually studied, here in California. She actually went to college in California. Even though she's Japanese, she came to America, to study. And, she got her degree in something, I can't remember. But, when she went back to Japan, you know, she became Choo Choo for Bang Dream. And she became, like, their DJ. And what's really cool about her is, because she's bilingual, because she learned English and everything, they give her a lot of English dialogue, too. Like, in the series, like, every now and then, if you're watching the Japanese dub, she like, throws in an English word or two, and in the music, she sometimes sings in English. It's really cool. I love that they, like, add that to her character. And yeah, I mean, Choo Choo's great. Like, sometimes she makes mistakes, and like, her pursuit of being like the #1 band of all time, she lets her ego like take her away sometimes, and it like leads to like a divide within Razor Soylent, which like Razor Soylent almost doesn't happen in the anime because of her. But they end up like, you know, making amends and everything, and she ends up growing and learning that, like, you know, these people, they're not just like these band members that I'm making, that they're not just like something to traject me into like my aspirations of creating the biggest band. You know, they're my friends and I care about them now. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it's still like for the majority of countries, like America's popular like to get an education. I don't know exactly why. There's probably some like political or ideological reason for it. Or in colleges and universities. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Maybe it's like how America like paints itself as like, oh, finding the American dream and whatnot. But I don't know. I still found like a lot of I even made friends in college when I was in college. Who were like from totally different countries and everything. I'm like, oh man, that's so interesting. And like I would talk to them about like, you know, where they're from and everything. I even made a friend who was from Japan. And she was really cool. Her name was Kat. Her name was like straight up Kat. Like she had it like tattooed on her ankle. She's like, my name's Kat. I think her name was like actually Catherine, but she shortened it to Kat because it's cuter. Last but not least, my favorite character in the series, PAREO. I don't even really talk about like why she's my favorite. I made a whole video on my YouTube channel as to why she's my favorite. But just from her look, her aesthetic and everything, mirroring like how I want to dress, her character development, and how she's comes into herself and like expresses herself is exactly how I went into like with my channel and my content and everything, and becoming like who I am today. It's very mirroring. It's insanely like, it's insane how like closely I relate to her story. And I don't know, I can't think of another character who like more closely represents myself than PAREO. In any kind of media. Like 100%. If you guys are fans or like are into getting into the series, all you need to watch is seasons 2 and 3 of Bang Dream to understand like why this character like hits my heart so much, especially in season 3. Like that's what makes season 3 like the best season, or one of the main aspects. Like season 3 is like incredible. But yeah, I've grown so attached to PAREO, like not even like after years of like being a fan of Bang Dream or anything, like almost immediately after seeing her and then learning about like her backstory, I just fell in love with the character. Like I was already in love with like her aesthetic and everything, right? But knowing her backstory, I resonated with her so much, and I cried too. Like I freaking cried after learning about her backstory. I cried after like the huge revelation of like how she became PAREO. Cause it's something that I dealt with in like creating like in like dressing up and like becoming non-binary and creating content. Like this is like and like she starts out as like she's a huge fan of pastel palettes, right? So she's like all into like she's like a super otaku when it comes to like idol groups. So she's like this character who like almost represents like the fan base. A lot of the characters in like the newer generation of Bang Dream are representative of the fan base, because a lot of the characters who are now becoming into these new bands were inspired by the first 5 bands. Like Log was inspired by Poppin' Party to become a guitarist. PAREO was inspired by pastel palettes to start playing the keyboard, right? She would play keyboard covers of pastel palette songs and upload them to YouTube. Like, she was a freaking YouTuber! She started out as a YouTuber! But she would never show her face. She would only, like, show herself playing the piano, right? And she didn't get a lot of, like, recognition or followers or viewers. Like, so she was, like, a small-time content creator, and when they showed that as part of her backstory, I felt it like nothing else. Like, I'm like, my god, that's exactly what it's like going through and creating this content early on. And like, you're basically creating it for no one, and you're putting all this work into this thing, and like no one's really watching it. And it's disheartening. But that's when she gets like a comment on one of her videos from Choo Choo, who like scouts her into Rise of Soylent, and she devotes her life to Choo Choo because she brought her out of this darkness. This dark monotony of like her parents not being around and her hiding her true self from her fellow students because she doesn't know if like they'll accept her for who she really is on the inside, which was PAREO. Choo Choo brought out PAREO. Choo Choo dressed her up in the... She's like, you know, she wore like all black and whatnot. She wore glasses, and Choo Choo was like, wear whatever you want. You can be whatever you want to be. Just be you. Always be you. Don't give me this freaking facade of you being all perfectionist. Play this song how you want to play it. Because I want you. If I wanted perfect, I would have gone for anyone else. I want you because I love your sound. And PAREO, like, ended up... PAREO was given the name PAREO by Choo Choo. Choo Choo was like, wear whatever you want. She ended up... I think her name is, Nubaro Rayona. So Rayona was at Choo Choo's place, and Choo Choo had all this, like, clothing out. And she's like, oh my god, these clothes are so cute. Oh my god, this is very much like pastel palettes. And, And Choo Choo's like, do you want to try some on? And Rayona, like, in her head, doesn't feel like she is a cute person. She's not cute enough for these outfits. You know, someone much cuter than me should be wearing this. And she lets it slip that Choo Choo is like a cute person that should be wearing it. And like Choo Choo doesn't take kindly to that because like she's like, serious, you know, what are you saying? What are you implying? That I'm so short that makes me cute, you know? Because she has like this big ego about her. But PAREO eventually, Rayona puts on the outfit that she's known for, and Choo Choo gives her the name PAREO, which PAREO is a veil of clothing that you wear. It's something that you wear over clothing. Because Choo Choo said, like, Choo Choo knew who Rayona was. She could see through her facade from the very beginning. And she gave her the name PAREO because it's representative of like how she concealed herself, how she concealed her true self by not being herself, not wearing what she wanted, not performing songs like she wanted, not acting the way she wanted. And so PAREO is like, has Choo Choo to thank for like what she says, pulling her out of the darkness in the series. And it's so great. It's so great. And then like PAREO later in the series confesses, an actual genuine love confession in the series happens from PAREO to Choo Choo. Like earlier on in the series, like so many people who are fans of the show, like, oh, they ship like Misaki and Kokoro, or Rimirin and Kaoru, or Kasumi and Arisa. And to me, like, the Rimirin and Kaoru thing, it's more like Rimi admires Kaoru, because she's like this, like, you know, dramatic, flamboyant. She's very like masculine too, and like, you know, she probably like has an attraction to Kaoru, sure, but I think it's more of an admiration thing. Kasumi and Arisa, it's more of like they're really good friends, and that's like a lot of the dynamics here with the characters. It's just they're best friends. I don't see them like becoming like couples or anything. When PAREO made a love confession, straight up love confession in the series, and Choo Choo later like reciprocates those feelings, it's shown very subtly, but it is there. It's like it's the first actual romance in the series, and I love it so much. It just blows my mind. That the whole third season was incredible. It's really wonderful when you find a piece of art that moves you like that. Exactly. And I love finding things that like move me in such a way. Those are my favorite things to find, especially in like film, media, things to watch. But yeah, Bang Dream just became one of my favorite series, like just because of like all these things in it. Like, I think aside from Doki Doki Literature Club, no, even more than Doki Doki Literature Club, I have so much Bang Dream merch. Let's see if I can count like how much Bang Dream. But that's my character tier list. These are my top 3: Rinko, Mocha, PAREO. PAREO's number 1. It goes in that order: PAREO, Rinko, Mocha. I love the majority of the characters. I really like these characters. I wish I knew a little more about Morphonica, because if I knew more about these 3 characters, I could bump them up. But I don't know much about them. And I'm still neutral about Chisato. I no longer dislike Chisato, but she's still like not my favorite. What is really cool about Chisato's voice actress is the same voice actress plays Choo Choo from what was it? Magica. Is that it? Magica? Yeah. So she, same voice actress as this character. And, she's the guitarist for Plasmagica. Like, so she went from, like, voice acting a guitarist to voice acting a bassist. Yeah, no problem. Like, oh my god, this is probably the only time I'll ever be doing this. Like, I love Bang Dream so much. I even thought about, like, starting a podcast back in the day. Of my love of Bang Dream and everything, but I don't know. It just, like, it was a project that never, like, even got off the ground. Because if I were to do, like, a podcast like that, I would want to do it with someone. And my only other friend who I knew of who was, like, super into Bang Dream, and was also known for, like, creating content, or wanted to, like, create more content or whatever. I don't know if she was, like, really into, starting a podcast or anything. I never really brought it up to her. I should have. I don't know. But I think she got into, like, VTubing and stuff for a while, and then, like, quit. She hasn't even posted on Instagram in forever, which, like, I'm concerned about her. I think I need to, like, hit her up one day. Maybe talk about Bang Dream. But yeah, this is probably the only time I'll talk about Bang Dream to this extent. Like, I'm pretty sure she's okay, yeah. She deals with, like, mental stuff every now and then. I remember, like, I think the last time I heard from her, like, she broke up with, like, an ex, and he was, like, threatened her and everything. Hey, thanks for the follow, Radcore! Yo! But, yeah. I don't know. It's probably, like, the last time I'll talk about Bang Dream to this extent, because it's been, I don't know, what? I've been talking, like, for Bang Dream nonstop for, like, the past 2 hours. It started with me in Hollywood, and then ended up with me just talking about Bang Dream for so long. And I guess I should talk to you guys, you know? How's it going? How's your guys' going? How's your guys going? Oh my god. It's been a lot of fun though. Thank you guys for, like, sticking around and everything. Those of you who are watching today, you know, not a lot of viewers as there is usually, but you know, most people are at work probably. And probably people are starting to get off work, and I feel like calling it soon. Because I'll call in like 10 minutes. Because I've been talking too much. Even before this, I had a therapy appointment, and I talked to my therapist for an hour. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm getting a little tired. I also have a Blondie video to do. I gotta edit a Blondie video. No self-promo? Like from what? That one? This? You know about this? Jeez. I am so tired. I'm sorry. I've been talking about Bang Dream for like... Oh, nice! Nice, I edit photos too. I do Photoshop. I do all my boss's thumbnails and everything, and my own thumbnails. Your last Blondie video was great. Oh, thank you. I like that one too. I forgot which one that was. That was the one with, I need to refresh my memory. It's been a long weekend. It's been a heck of a long weekend. Do I look bloated to you? I don't even remember what was in it. I don't even remember what was in that video. I just remember like, hey, I liked this video. I think it turned out great. But that's cool that you're, can I see some of your work? You can, just... If you go to, like, Neka_Kohai, you can just look at the thumbnails on YouTube. Like, that's, like, the easiest thing to, like, see it. Like, hey, there it is. Also, youtube.com/blondierocks. I do all of her, thumbnails as well. I also, earlier in this stream, brought out Photoshop to paint a shitty painting that I saw at a modern art museum recently. Oh yeah, no problem. Thank you so much for like stopping by and like keeping my chat occupied. Have fun modding and everything. I'll see you later. My next stream is gonna be Friday, so look out for that. It's gonna be Fortnite! Fortnite! Raiden's in Fortnite, guys! Raiden's back. Raiden came back in the shop and I finally got him. I'm gonna be playing Fortnite. Those batteries are dead. Man, I'm a little salty that these batteries didn't work for my pen lights either. It's freaking Duracell, because they're Duracell batteries, I guess. Oh, and you know what? I should save one of... I threw them away. I don't want to dig them out of the trash can. Okay, this one. Oh no, don't fall! Don't fall in the trash can! They fell deeper in the trash can. I don't want to dig them out of there. That's gross. Any advice on getting some work? Honestly, your bet is as good as mine, to be honest. Like, my current bosses, I work for 2 different YouTube channels now, aside from my own. I work for Blondie Rocks and Jib Jab in the Career Lab. Blondie Rocks, I just encountered Blondie. They were already a friend of mine. I encountered them on Discord one day and just said, like, oh man, I don't have any editing work. And they're like, oh man, I need an editor. And I'm like, hey, I'm an editor. So I ended up, started editing work for them. You know, I do the thumbnails and the editing. For Jib Jab in the Queer Lab, my partner is actually, one of the co-hosts. So, like, they're like, hey, we need an editor. We're thinking about hiring you for it. I'm like, awesome, I need more editing work, right? I guess the biggest advice is, like, networking. I guess that wasn't something that I was best at, and I kind of, like, fell into by total accident. You know, if any of your friends do, any kind of content creation, like, either if they're, like, real-life friends, or, friends that you meet on Discord, or Reddit, or whatever, wherever you go, on different forums, if you, like, just make friends, you know, make friends with content creators, you know? Just have, like, a cheery personality or whatever, and, like, you know, don't start off like, hey, I'm an editor and everything, you know? Just start with, like, hey, it's nice to meet you. I am so-and-so and whatnot. And, like, become friends first. And then, like, you can tell them, like, hey, if you ever, you know, I happen to be an editor. If you ever need any work done, you know, feel free to hit me up. I'm actually looking for work. And, you know, 9 times out of 10, they'll probably go, okay, you know, I'll let you know in the future. And it ends up not happening. But every now and then, like how I ended up editing for Blondie, you know? How I ended up editing for Blondie. It was just like a happenstance situation. They gave me an opportunity, and, like, I'm glad they had me on board with it. Yeah, I wish you the best, you know? I really do wish you the best. I wish you the best because, like, it's hard to get, like, you know, out there. Like, it's... I know from experience, it's hard to get out there. I've sent in my resume to a lot of different places. Like, I used to work for, like, a nonprofit, and when I ended up leaving them, I was out of work for, like, a whole month or 2 before Blondie ended up, like, saving me. And that whole time I was looking for work, and no one would call me back. Nothing. It was a real emotional drain, you know? Wanna check my edits? I don't know where you can, like, post them, though. Do you have Instagram? If you wanna DM me on Instagram. Hey! Emma Grossbit! Emma Grossbit? Emma Grossbit. Emma Grossbit? Emma Grossbit. Thank you for following. It's hard to read on here for some reason. Maybe I should bring the monitors closer. That's not helping. That's not helping at all. Maybe the contrast is too bad. If you want to send me, some of your edits, you know, maybe I can give you advice. I don't know. Hey. I'm not the best person when it comes... Hey, thank you for... Oh my god, how many people are following now? Thank you, Nick Lay, Just If, for following as well. If you want to DM me on Instagram, show me your work. I don't know if I can be the most helpful when it comes to giving you feedback or whatnot, but I'll do my best, you know? You might even be better than me. Who knows? Where are all these people coming from? Thank you, Pompishbar. Pompishbur? Thank you guys for following. Where are all these people coming from? Am I getting, like, side-rated? Guys, tell me, like, where are you guys coming from? Am I getting side-rated by someone? Is someone, like, streaming my content? Like, on their stream? Hit the rock. Oh my god, you got banned on Fiverr? What the heck? That sucks. Yeah, I was on Fiverr, I was on, Upwork, I was on Indeed, and I got nothing, dude. It was so bad. But yeah, I definitely recommend, like, you know, Discord, you know? Discord is where I found my boss. Timey, which is a dating app, is where I found my partner. So, oh my god, we're at 90 followers! Thank you guys so much for following now. Jesus Christ. Where are those... Guys, new followers. Don't be scared. Where are you coming from? Where'd you guys show up from? What the heck is happening? I swear I'm being, like, side-rated or something. Because that hasn't happened yet to me on this channel. And I don't know none of my friends are doing a raid on me. They're not looking at my content. A fake buyer? What the heck? You reported and you got banned for it? That's so scummy. I'm sorry that experience happened with you, but I definitely recommend, like, those websites were extremely missed for me. Honestly, I would recommend, like, networking on Discord or Reddit. Those are better areas. Those are far better areas, to be honest. Because you're going directly to people and talking directly to them instead of just waiting and seeing if anyone comes to you. That's like... It's a better thing for me, honestly. It's more communicative. You build relationships that way too. But guys, with all that said, thank you guys so much for following. You missed me saying 10 minutes ago that I was gonna call in 10 minutes, and it's been pretty much 10 minutes. And I really need to use the restroom, so I'm going to raid my friend, actually, because it looks like my friend is one of my friends are actually streaming this time. But yeah, good luck, Radcore. I really wish you the best. How do I raid someone again? Stream manager. Raid channel. Okay, hang on, wait. Guys, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna raid my friend. Don't play my own thing. What the heck? Alright, guys. This is my friend from high school, Molly. Make sure you give him some good, positive vibes, because honestly, they really need it, because they've been streaming for a while now, and I don't think they have a lot of viewers too much. But I hope you guys give them some great love, because I think they're really entertaining. But anyways, guys, let's raid! Thank you guys so much for stopping by, and I'll see you guys next time. Later!